teams have a winning history. Like that's the only reason why y'all pick those teams.
I grew up around Steelers logos. I'm not about to let you.
Yeah, but why do you think they were Steelers fans? I know you was birthed into it, but your folks were Steelers fans because they was winning crazy back in the day.
I'm over here being the last Dolphin fan alive. Okay, I'm the last one. My wife.
I feel like that about all my teams. You gonna watch
the Dolphin game this Sunday? I was like, who?
Goddamn.
Oh, man.
I was talking shit too, and then they ended up beating the Jets. You know how pissed off I was that day? I'm like, the Dolphins fans can stay mad. W, and then they beat the Jets.
Stay mad, fam. Miami Dolphins. Miami Dolphins.
The Jets need to draft like offensive linemen every pick of the draft. Straight up. For real.
Are
you changed the now?
I did, people are already, getting triggered.
Look at that over a thumbnail now. Boy. Watch out.
They're getting triggered, so
Oh, they mad at the thumbnail?
Before you even said your thoughts on the conference, they was already triggered.
And I'm not even trying to have all this negative energy, so I'm like, you know what? Let me put something a little bit different.
This man really changed the thumbnail.
Should I put it back?
Boy, Kofi folding under pressure, dog. Kofi folding like laundry under pressure. What you doing? Take that shit back.
It's not even that. I just don't want to hear the noise. Sometimes, sometimes I just don't want to hear the noise.
What are you too popular on Twitter now? Is that what you're telling me?
Bro,
how many followers you got now, Kofi? Let me check.
I got like 4,400.
4,000 followers. This man got 4,000 followers. Yeah, I can on Twitter.
I'm on to come up a little bit.
You know, Kofi has the Kermit GIF to thank for that.
You know what I think it was? I think it was a Spider-Man that got you to 4K.
Nah, I had high followers before then, bro. Remember that? Cause I broke shit about Recore. Remember when that whole debacle had? There's a whole bunch. I
think
times,
the Spider-Man shit is what got him changing thumbnails. Now I think that's what it is.
Yeah. I think that's what it is. Maybe you're right. That one got me rethinking how I approach things now.
Yo, fuck these niggas. Fuck social media people. Man, I ignore people so bad. Hard, dog. Just ignore them.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the podcast. We have a great show today, and we got two guests. One is the first time here. You want to say what's up, Mooch?
Yes, what's up, man? Kofi, thank you for having me, man. This is a great way to experience a different podcast, man. I listen to your show. You don't realize I've been talking to you a lot on Twitter lately. I finally got his attention, right? And a lot been going on. I want to say what's up to everybody that's here, and gonna be a great show. Got a lot of topics tonight, and I'm always too goddamn opinionated. So hopefully the crew wants to hear it.
Mooch came with the energy today.
Yes, sir.
That's good. I like that.
That's the way to do it.
And we got Nev. Nev, you got to match that energy now, man. What's up?
I'm going to do my best. What's up, fellas? It's Nev. I want you to read Vinland Saga and play Monster Hunter World. Thanks for having me.
I got to get back to that game at some point.
Yeah, you do.
And I got to do the introductions of our beautiful cast for the new listeners. Say what's up, Alex.
Everybody, I just got out of church. The Church of Kojima.
Talk to him.
Praise be.
So basically, you just woke up. All right.
The man gave you guys a new genre.
Oh, stop it. All right, now we're not doing that, bro.
Genre.
I'm not doing that, bro. We ain't doing a new genre thing.
Praise be. Praise be. That's all.
And we got obviously, as you guys can see, Jack Mujani's not here, but we got, the next best thing. We got Hardhead in here, his chauffeur. He took him out on a dinner date. You know what I mean? You took him out on a dinner date when you went to where were y'all? Where were y'all anyways?
See, I can't even look out for my people without y'all turn it into something else. See, now I know I can't give y'all that kind of energy when y'all pull up.
Why not?
I need that energy plus some. I'm booking a flight tomorrow.
I got him a dinner date, man. Showed him around town, bro. If I pull up, you gotta treat me like that, man.
Hardhead, answer my question.
Oh my god.
How tall are you?
Oh man.
Yo,
look,
that picture look crazy.
Yeah, that picture look crazy because either that Jack is big as shit, literally big as shit, or you just tiny as hell,
slouching.
Bro.
No.
You slouching or you? Or you built like Ashy Larry, dog? Which one is it?
And this man had no neck in the picture, bro. Man was like this, bro. Man, no neck. I was dying, bro.
Look. First of all, Jack doesn't want to admit how tall he is. Jack is at least 6 foot. So y'all need to calm that down.
Yeah, he definitely a little bigger than me.
5'8" on a good day.
When you stretch, right? When you get up and you stretch.
But the way your head is sized, and then that hat that you had on looked like it was like negative 30 degrees outside. Like that hat was bigger than your head, and you already got a big ass head. So that shit was like, damn, dog.
Y'all ain't even see all the pictures. They had one where I was like right at Jack Moo's neck, dog. Like, what is y'all talking about?
Now you want to blame it on the angles.
We need to
acting like an Instagram thought, dog. Knock it off.
We do a double stream. Jack and Hardhead, me and Jeremy.
You know, but honestly, but really, that was actually beautiful to see. I actually like seeing things like that. You know, people like always communicating over the internet, actually meet up in person like that. I thought that was very beautiful. I thought it was very dope.
Yeah,
so
that was cool. That got me excited to like do stuff like that more in the community and get people together. Cause I'm like, yo, think about like how we are on the internet, how we would be in person.
It'll be even more fun.
Yeah,
I'm coming to J-Man, I ain't playing. I'm coming to New York. I'm coming to New York next year. I'm gonna pull up on that curly head top ass BG. I'm gonna pull up on you. I'm gonna pull up on Meds. I gotta pull up on everyone who's in New York, man.
Oh yeah, so we going down to the city then. If you're gonna pull up in New York, then just pull up in the city. I'll take the road trip down there. We could all eat beef patties and shit like that. Sing Kumbaya.
I'm 100% pulling up to New York next year with my girl. So we're going.
You know, you gotta get on a fight in the subway to get that New York experience.
Scrabble with the
finally see his dad for the first time.
Oh, get out of here! Y'all don't cut that out. Stop it. But Hardhead, do your intro real quick.
It ain't no intro. It's just Hardhead, aka Goofy. What's goody, y'all?
No, do the intro.
No, that shit retired, though. Come on, man.
All right,
Jack moved the intro. Will he give you an exchange?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
J-Man, say what's up.
All right, what's going on, everybody? J-Main back, checking in with the podcast. I actually feel good to be here. I've been having a shitty ass week. I ain't gonna hold you.
Sure.
But one positive was the Jets won. I went to that game. That was lit. If you go to a football game, I kind of expected this, but it was literally like fights every 5 minutes in the stands.
Mm-hmm.
Like, motherfuckers. It was Patriots fans sitting next to us, and I'm like, oh yeah, he about to get punched in the mouth. 5 minutes later, punched in the mouth. It was crazy out there.
Hey, let's be honest. That game was all about the toilet bowl. Nobody cared, right? Somebody just got drunk, fucked up, and started punching each other in the face. That's what it was, right?
That's a fact. That's literally what it was. People were just in the stands screaming at each other. Not even really pay attention to the game, but no, I had a good time. And yeah, I'm just happy to be here talking about these games, man. Let's get to it.
All right, that's great. So let's not waste no time.
All right.
And let's talk about this fire-ass conference we experienced a couple of hours ago, XO19. I just want to get everybody's thoughts on the whole thing and their expectations for it. Like me personally, prior to this, I was like, I'm going in with really low expectations, really low expectations. Because, we've been here before where Microsoft, they're very enthusiastic about the conference. Where they should be is their job to be, the biggest ever. They like to throw that around too, the biggest, the best, biggest stage, this, that. So, they were trying to hype me up, but I've been here before, where I've been extremely disappointed and stuff. So I'm like, I ain't going to listen to y'all. I'm going to come into this XO19 with very modest expectations, and somehow even through that I'm somehow find myself a little bit disappointed, man. Just a little bit disappointed. But I want to get what everybody thinks about this, and I want to actually start off with Mooch. Mooch, what do you think? What do you think about XO19 this year?
Well, I mean, you kind of said it all in there, Kofi. To be honest with you, it's the 80th time we're hearing biggest, baddest, biggest, better. And the problem with it is that we saw what Xbox's plan is moving forward. And this is no surprise to anybody, right? It's Game Pass, and it's Game Pass. And the problem I got with that, right? That's fine and all. But what I think people wanted to see, especially when we're going to see Rare and we're going to see Obsidian, when they were flirting and flaunting yesterday that they were going to bring something first party. This is when people have been saying, like myself included, everybody, right? Xbox camp people always saying, we got to wait. Well, now we waited, and now we're supposed to get a glimpse into the future. And my biggest problem right here is what I saw was a lot more of kind of like Sea of Thieves on land, right? And then we saw the Honey I Shrunk the Kids by Obsidian. And listen, you guys, don't get me wrong. I want to make this very clear. That's not me saying that somebody should not enjoy the game. If that's what you dig, that's fine. I'm okay with that. But I'm just saying, we've been sitting here very patient in the Xbox camp for a long time. And now we're ready for that next dive. Give us that big thing to kind of get hungry for and why you want to go spend $500-600 on Scarlet, right? And that's the only thing I'm having a hard time with right now. I didn't see that, you know? And then, I will say though, Kofi, I mean, it wasn't a bad show. It wasn't. But the thing about it though, is you had to be excited about Game Pass, which I've said on every one of my shows is an amazing value. Nobody can complain. Nobody can argue that. You can't, right? For 99 cents, 200 games?
Yeah.
Come on.
I agree.
You can't beat it, right? But the other shining light was xCloud. And I know you guys know this, right? I'm not just a client. I'm also a founder. I'm in on Stadia, man. I'm in on Stadia. Listen. Let me explain.
Oh man, we have a lot to talk about today. There, we have a lot. Let him talk. Let him finish.
Listen, here's the thing.
Disgusted.
Let him finish.
Right? Look.
I feel sick now.
Here's the thing. But hear me out, though, Alex, real quick. If you ever take to the road, okay? If you ever take to the road, if you guys think I'm going to go ahead and buy a third-party game and play it on my couch on Stadia, you're crazy. No way. We've got dedicated hardware, PC, PS4, Xbox One. Crazy. But if you ever take to the road, ever. And here we were before the show, right? What are we talking about? Jay's like, I'm going to Louisiana. You know, it's like, you going to hit the road? Take Stadia with you.
If you have to read a book, man.
Here's the thing,
read a book, bro. Give me the
well, listen, Al,
like
who said read a book? Wait, listen, real quick.
If you're gonna hit the road, Mooch,
my whole thing is that, like, I like Destiny, right? Do I love it? No, I don't got a tattoo of it, but I like Destiny. I'm gonna get Destiny, right? DLC all included. I'm getting the controller. I don't care what console you love. A controller, $65 easy. Chromecast, $60 MSRP on the shelf, right? There's my money right there. I'm getting my 129 back in hardware. Whether what it is or not, I'm getting my money back. This is not a bad service. Now, xCloud's going to go ahead and take it a step further, but I like where Google's saying we're going to give you that 4K 60, okay, that crisp look on your mobile device. Where Microsoft, the only thing I'm concerned about yet, and we don't know because they have a very small alpha group testing it out, all right? We don't know. Right now, that's going to be 720p to 900p on devices because they're using Xbox One S's in their background, where you've got actual AMD technology on Stadia's side. So I just think the media is giving it. And listen, I want to hear everybody on the panel. I want to hear what you guys, honestly, because I'm all ears here. It's not just a defense thing. I'm saying to you, I want to hear why you guys, and why you think the media is so down on Stadia. I don't get it. You can't be pro xCloud.
You know what, Mooch?
And
you know what it is?
Stadia.
You know what?
I think it can be.
Because there's a lot of variables and questions that people need to understand. Because obviously there's a lot of Americans, there's a lot of people in the world that have data caps and all sorts of that. So we just want. Look, I don't think. Like, for me personally, the aspect of streaming the game, or like the concept of streaming the game, does not bother me. It's just how does it perform. We see footage of, people pressing the A button, and 5 minutes later, like, the character jumping. Like, how is it gonna perform? I think that's where people want to know, and I don't know.
Kofi,
is the world ready for that right now? That's why.
Well, that's a question that none of us can probably answer, and my $129 and whoever else is a founder can't answer that question. But hear me out real quick. Look at the people that are working for Stadia right now, and I'm not even talking about Phil Harrison, because I don't think Phil Harrison's resume is all that great. Okay. I don't think it's that great. But when you stop and look at the other folks that they grabbed from Sony, the other folks that they grabbed from Nintendo, these people were established, high-ranking officials. Listen, I understand Google waved some money, right? That'll get anybody to float over. But what I'm saying to you is these people took a risk for 5 to 10 years of their career to go do this. The other thing is like, you see third party. If you watch this, no one's really watching the videos. Everyone's just looking at the clickbait. No one's watching or reading the articles or watching the videos. If you look at what they're saying, you've got third-party developers, especially like, who's the dude there? I always say it's Ed Boon, the Mortal Kombat guys. You know what I mean? They went out there. They saw the technology. They said, we would not put our game Because listen, I got to be honest. Let's say all of us, right, on the panel right now, let's say we're the business. We own our own business. Are we going to put, the 6 of us, are we going to put our hard work and dedicated game on a console that's going to make our work look bad? I don't think so.
Consumer is willing to pay for it, absolutely.
But that's the thing, though, Jay. Right now, a lot of people are saying they're not, right? But they're seeing the tech and they're saying they're gonna you believe in seeing what is believing, right? So when you see this tech work, that's what's gonna sell it.
So
not me, not anybody else. You know what I mean? It's
so
the tech that's gonna sell it.
I know you're very excited about Stadia. And,
Alex, I'm not that excited. I just get excited.
And we're seeing it already in the essence of like Steam does it, right? Where you can just link from Steam and then stream it to your phone and stuff like that through the internet and everything else on that end.
Right.
My biggest concern with Stadia has been the messaging. So the concept of, well, it's going to work on this sort of megabit bandwidth. It's going to take up this amount of data. Data cap's really big for us in the States, and you know that, and I know that.
Absolutely.
Additionally, too, I think the biggest problem with Stadia is having to buy the game and then pay for the service. So when we're looking at something like that, it just doesn't seem like a good value proposition for the customer, where, okay, I'm not going to physically own the product, right? So you're removing that concept from me. I don't have the hardware to play it on. I'm now losing my entire ability to actually keep a product for myself. So I'm expecting some sort of transaction like a Netflix, so $15 a month to play wherever I want.
Yeah.
But I have to pay you the monthly fee for the servers, and then I have to pay $60 for the game on top of that.
You don't have to pay the monthly fee.
Okay, well, even then,
see, there's so much
going to be free.
That's one of the problems. There's so much confusion surrounding.
There's
so much confusion surrounding Stadia.
The
bro.
messaging doesn't make a lot of sense, and it feels a lot.
That I agree.
It feels a lot like hey gamers, we're gamers too, and it's like, fuck, dude, come on, like I get you with your jean jacket, bro. It's put your skateboard away.
But Alex, let me answer to your point though, and like I said, I'm coming in this thing the same way you are. The only difference is I got that controller and the Chromecast coming, but I'm right there with you right now. We're both in this experimental stage right now. The thing I have to say is I've done a lot of reading on it. Okay, you don't have to pay the $10 a month. That's if you want the premium service. That's if you want the like Xbox Live and the PS Plus. If you want the free game. That's also if you want the 4K. If you're good with 1080p 60, it's free in February. They're starting a free service. The other thing is this: I don't understand where gamers are coming up with this, and we all game like crazy. Everybody on this panel games like crazy. So answer me this, fellas: when we buy a game digitally on PlayStation, when you buy a game digitally on Steam, or you play on Xbox, you don't own that either. So I don't see why people are giving Stadia a hard time and saying, wait, you're telling me if I have an account and I buy a game, it's on my account? Isn't that what we do everywhere? That's what we do everywhere.
The thing is, there's a big difference, because when you bring something like Steam or GOG up, you do physically own that game, whether it's a digital copy or not. So like you have the ability to physically own it and those files. So they can't take it away from you.
Okay. But Alex, as well as I know, if the updates are not coming anymore, or you don't have, when everyone goes, what am I going to do if the internet's not around permanently, that means we're in an apocalypse, people. Okay. That doesn't mean, so my point is like, if that internet story,
even on Steam, you can still play your games.
Yeah, and the systems have built-in stuff to keep it from that happening. Like if the internet just shut down one day, as long as I have my stuff verified on my system, I'll be good for the rest of my life.
Even if you don't have it verified,
you're good for the rest of your day, but you're not good indefinitely.
I understand what he's trying to say. Like when we buy a digital game, and I know we're on the Stadia topic, but we'll circle back to EXO after.
Yeah, we'll get back. Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Yeah, it's okay.
But since we're already here, when you cop a digital game, you are purchasing for the license. You know what I mean? Really, the license. Obviously, like if you want the best copy, you have to buy it physical, bro. Like that's just the best. If you want that security, you want that security for yourself. Yeah, you have to buy it physical. But I understand what Mooch is trying to say.
But even then, physically, physical copies today, right? That's not true, because so many games.
Some games online.
But you guys all know this, right? A digital game. If we go on tonight, right, and there's an update for the game, it won't even let you start the game.
Sometimes
if you're offline,
you can do offline.
You launch that game. And
that's too hard. You're right.
About that.
That's true. But again, I want to reiterate my point. That's tonight. But if you go a week, 2 weeks, what the concern is with Stadia is it's not mine. So if they ever shut down, But what I'm saying is, any of these companies ever shut down? Or
Mooch, I think there's
right?
more. I think there's more than that, though. I think
It's more.
I mean, for me,
it's
my
more
concern
than
is always going to be the latency and how.
I think
it's
that's
different.
what people's
different.
main
That's
like a
concern.
native experience.
I think that's people's
Right, Jay.
main concern.
Yeah.
Yo, for real though, Jay, that's where I said the proof's in the pudding, right? Stadia's got to prove that to all of us. If the tech works, though, Jay, you got to understand, doesn't that take, you got to drop your shields a little bit there and be like, maybe I'll take the game on the go. I'm not talking you into it by no means.
No, I was in the project, was it Project Google?
X
Yes.
It was like a Project Google, the Stadia test
With
beta.
Assassin's Creed.
How'd it work
Yeah,
for
with
you?
Assassin's Creed. It wasn't terrible. I'm not even gonna lie. I can't say
Yeah,
I'm
that's
lying.
what I'm saying.
It
My boy
wasn't
Fred,
terrible.
he tried it out. He said it worked great, and he's
and
critical.
I said, like, from a desktop experience, I don't think I would ever try it that way though, because if I'm already sitting at my desktop, I'm gonna play that shit natively.
That's the first thing I said to you guys. I would never tell you to play it on your desktop or your TV.
So you're really interested in this for on the go. And
that's when I think it's going to be even worse. When you factor in the latency and the quality of the experience, it's only going to be downhill from you, especially when you're traveling. The connection's not going to be stable
3G.
and shit like that, so it's going to go up and down.
It seems like Stadia, like for it to perform at its peak performance, you're going to need to hardwire it too.
Absolutely.
If you want it to work,
hardwire is always going to be peak performance.
What do you mean hardwire?
Like
I think
Ethernet cable,
like
Ethernet cable
on the desktop.
Yeah, instead of Wi-Fi, right? Instead of Wi-Fi.
Here's one of the biggest things
cellular.
that Stadia intrigues me about, right? And for me, the biggest thing about Stadia, when I was looking at it, when they talked about you can watch a YouTube video of a game, and then after the YouTube video, you can just launch the fucking game from there. Right. I think that's fucking cool.
Yes.
They got some interesting ideas, but we got to see how it comes like into practice, though. That's the thing.
But here's
we gotta wait
Alex,
and see.
I'm glad. One of the other cool things, and I think Sony dabbled with this, but you guys know this. Like, I tried it out. I'm sure you guys might have tried it out. Remember where it was like Sony was like, you can join your friend's game if your buddy's having a hard time getting through an area, you can jump in the game, beat that boss, right? That, don't get me wrong, it works on PlayStation, but it's time. Play. Yeah, the share play, and it's been a bit of, well, when I tried it, it was a little bit of a nuisance. It was earlier in the generation. Yeah. The other thing that they're preaching right now with Stadia is if somebody like Kofi's working on something right now, and he'll be like, "Yo, Mooch, I heard you just got passed through it." Yeah, I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm sitting there in the chat, and he's like, "Just take over the game for a minute and do it." I can jump right into the game. I mean, right into the game. Everything is instant. Now, listen again. Please take this under understanding. I'm saying they got to prove this, but give them a little bit of time. This is new tech, whether we're talking xCloud or Stadia, and that's the one thing I kind of want to get back to. And I want to hear what you all think. My thing is this. I don't get how everybody's like, I can't wait. xCloud day one. By the way, Stadia is dead. I'm like, what? That's the same concept.
You know what?
Listen, there's always going to be a competitor.
Over here, we really haven't been hyping up xCloud over here. I'm not sure about some people but we haven't.
No,
really
but you know what I mean. I'm talking about the consensus, Kofi. You know what I mean?
I understand right now. xCloud definitely has a much better name than Stadia, but after even watching this XO19, I could see why xCloud has a better, because right now if you own an Xbox, right, it seems like all your games just work. All your digital games.
That's the problem. See,
and they're bringing like Game Pass over. So I can see why people.
So Game Pass. Yes, they're saying Game Pass is coming next year, which trust me, it'll be the latter part of next year. But my point is this, right? This is the part that Alex and Hard were just talking about that I think everyone's got to understand. This is also the that's something we're hearing from the audience. That's not what Xbox said. They told us today that there's 50 games. It's for the alpha users. There's not many. Okay. And did you see the 50 games? No, except for the first party and except for Borderlands and Devil May Cry, you got a bunch of indie games. So what I'm trying to say to you right now is that this is what I'm saying. We're kind of building up xCloud and everybody's just tearing down Stadia.
I think 50 is higher than 12 though.
If 50 is higher than 12, but Hard, come on, we're talking about alpha. How many people do you guys know in the xCloud alpha?
I don't think it even works on iOS devices, right? Isn't it only on Android devices right now?
On Android.
No, I know a few people.
I do too.
Like 3 or 4 people that are using it right now.
I mean, Stadia right now, and listen, here's the other thing we don't know. We don't know what Google's numbers are, but they sold out of the Founders Edition in the States in UK. Now you're also talking 14.
But that could be flop. That could be flop.
I got a big
14
problem
states,
too, though.
14 countries versus right now 3 countries with xCloud.
You can use the
But
sellout.
with Stadia, they're charging you 130 for what 12 launch games and features that they already revealed that won't be there at launch too.
The features are all coming out. The article that came out, it said they're coming out each week. Each week they got a new one coming out each week, starting next week. And again,
versus xCloud, which is what as of right now they're not charging for that.
xCloud is not charging for that, but you're playing Gears 5, Sea of Thieves, Forza, and a couple of indies.
From my perspective of what the reason why I think people are more giving Xbox a bigger, let's say, I wouldn't even say pass, but they're more putting their bets into Xbox more so than Google. There's a couple of reasons. Google is notorious for dropping products midway if they're not immediately successful. So Google could do Stadia.
So is Microsoft, Alex.
Well, hold on. Google could do a lot of stuff, and then they can just drop it completely.
Just look at Google Fiber.
Google Fiber is a perfect example.
Yeah, but look at Zoom.
So Zoom, yeah, that's another example.
Look at Groove Music.
Yeah, some counterpoints for y'all.
Windows
Okay.
Phone go? Where Windows Phone
Okay. Okay, you coming with that heat, yo.
Yo,
Yo, mooch with that Stadia right now, bro. I feel you, bro.
Stadia stand.
The biggest thing I think is that when you look at Microsoft and what they've done on the consumer side, there has been a much higher build of trust from Microsoft. I would even say this generation towards the consumer.
That's
in
true.
terms of being more consumer focused and consumer friendly. So when I'm looking between Google and Microsoft and who's going to be better for me as a consumer of games and products and giving them my money, I'm going to bet with Microsoft more so than I'm going to bet with Google, just on the fact of what they've done.
And the simple fact, Alex, let me add to your point too that look, even though we all have an issue with some of Microsoft's output of their first, like the quality of their first party games, but they do have first party studios where Stadia only has like one now. I think they only have one studio, so they have the content there as well. So that's a little bit of a security net, knowing that for me to actually try Google Stadia, they're gonna have to force me with some exclusive content. That's the only way I'm going to try Stadia. If they don't have exclusive content there, look, if you look at their lineup, they got Mortal Kombat and games that are already available on things. So there's no real incentive for me to try Stadia.
They got that Guild game.
That's that one game. If that turns out to be like great,
let me ask
and
you guys,
has amazing reviews, I might actually check out Stadia for that one game. I might check
Kof,
it out.
you guys think? Listen, everybody hates the slogan "Wait till E3." So, but the only time you can ever use it, right?
Christ.
The only time you can use it right now is with Google. Because they really haven't really been there yet, right? So what I'm saying to you is, if this is my whole pitch, I think Google's going to play dirty. They're going to play dirty. They're going to go out there and they're going to go third-party exclusive. And I'm not saying they're going to do but they might do what Microsoft did early in the generation with Tomb Raider. Grab and lock something up for a year, or maybe grab Strike Pack.
I swear they already started with Darksiders Genesis or something.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. And that's small, but hear me. You start small, Kofi. This is my whole thing, okay? They're going to play dirty. They got nothing to lose. They got nothing to lose.
Well, except millions of dollars. I mean,
but here's the thing, though. Yeah, but Alex, what do we always say, right? Google, right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. What do we always say? Whenever it was Sony and Microsoft, people were always like, "Well, Sony can't compete if Microsoft really wanted to spend." Listen, Google can play. Google can play.
They can.
Right?
The question is whether or not they'll continue. Because
that's it.
Will they? The interest is going to have to match
what
they're playing. Like that's going to have to meet that.
So it's going to be interesting to watch. But like I've always said something like, I being able to play all of my games on my phone with my Steam account has been awesome, right? Laying in bed and playing it that way, and then being able to access my PC from work or from everywhere else and just play like RPGs and stuff. But even then, when I'm playing it on my phone from the internet and whatever Wi-Fi I'm on, I'm getting like maybe 10 down, usually whatever Wi-Fi they allow me for. So I'm playing like old RPGs instead. So like an action game, a shooter, stuff like that. I don't think we are at the moment where the infrastructure for the United States is set up enough to where we're able to have.
This is definitely going to be for an exclusive group of people. Stadia is definitely not for everyone, period. Like,
I agree.
The way it's set up, it's not set up for everybody, though. The way it's set up, it's not, though.
I think it's just an option for gamers, right?
Yeah. Just like VR was.
It's not going to take the. That's what I try to keep trying to preach to people. This is not me telling people you don't need to go get this. If it does not fit your lifestyle, you do not need to go get this. But what I'm saying is, if you hit the road ever, I don't care if it's work, you got family that's an hour away, and you can't stand sleeping on the couch. Okay, you're hanging it right. You know what I'm talking about when you're at your aunts, your uncles, whatever. People are going to listen. The other thing they're talking about is going to be big, Kofi. They're talking about this is going to be big in colleges. Okay, because colleges got crazy sick internet, right?
They do.
And the kids are going to be playing that shit on their tablet, in the library, in their rooms, on the classroom.
You know what? I've been on. I've been on.
But then you can hide that phone.
This. You see this right here?
Alex, listen, I got one of those, but you can't hide that when the teacher's doing something. I got the phone down there. You can't see shit. But I mean, like, I'm just look at Alex.
Hide that.
Like, I mean, Google to me is, I'm just saying it's an option. People always think when I talk about it that I'm saying it ain't taking the place of nothing you game on today. Nothing. Yeah. Nothing. You're crazy.
I agree with you.
Right?
I think some people are like getting a little bit ahead of themselves thinking that this is going to take over gaming. It's not. It's not going to change the way you play, dog.
Yeah. Just another way. That's it. Period.
Yeah.
I think, who knows? Look, I can't predict the future. I personally think this shit's, if it's going to even like take off, it's going to be a really slow burn because clearly it's not where it needs to be right now anyways when it's launched.
True.
I think
it's going to
people
be
look
a
at
really slow burn, really slow.
I think people look at movies and music as another form of like entertainment media and the transition from physical to streaming and digital and then streaming. But gaming is always going to be different because it requires actual input.
Yeah, but J-Man, even I've been on record on this podcast thinking that I think at some point it will be a viable option where, there'll be a pretty large demographic of people actually, playing game streaming. I actually do believe that one day it's gonna be like that.
It's gonna take way longer.
But I don't think it's today. I don't think it's today. But go ahead, Arad.
That's what the problem with Stadia comes in, because you also got to remember Stadia is like a separate platform from all the other ones, and they don't have any crossplay going on with Stadia right now. But if we play on any other platform that has streaming right now, we play on PS Now, we play on xCloud, we play on Steam. They all have crossplay, and I could play with anybody else I want to play with. I could play with other Steam players. But the fact that Stadia is separate, I have to hope that there's enough people invested in Stadia to where I can actually have somebody online to play with. That's also the problem with Destiny, which is the game that they toting up right now. But if you get on Destiny on Stadia, the only people you playing with is Stadia people.
That's true.
And that game is important.
So it's you and Mooch. That's it.
Listen. Don't let J-Dub City hear you. He's with me. Listen,
Another one.
Jay's a founder. Listen, here's the thing, though, real quick. I'm telling you right now, but all it takes, though, you guys don't understand. Once it starts to work, and someone knows, like all of us right now, apprehensive, right? The minute anybody on this podcast turns to the other one and be like, yo, I got this right now. This is working. You don't understand. I did my Listen, we all got time on the road, or maybe you got breaks at work. Everybody has a different lifestyle. But if you could do your strike, you're probably going, well, Mooch, what are you going to do with Destiny then? You're right. There are not a lot of people on there. Hard's right. You have to have people on Stadia right now. But I could take that, right? You go, you do your strikes. You do what you got to do to keep up for your dailies, right? Then it's all cross-save, though. So I get to take my Stadia save, move it back to my Xbox or PlayStation, and play with my friends at night, and I'm all caught up.
You would hope it is. It's not right now.
Well, Jay was saying it before the show, right? Jay, we both had a rough week. We had a rough week. We had a rough day. But if we could play, and then when we meet up later, we're both at the same spot, because you're like, you better do your goddamn dailies.
Stadia might have made my week
So
worse.
Mooch is definitely looking at this with Stadia working at the the best case scenario.
I'm giving them the best shot.
He's giving them the benefit of the doubt. But the thing is, all that you're preaching sounds lovely. Trust me, it really does. But when you get the shit and you're playing it and it's fucked up, it's glitching,
Kofi,
its quality drops, then that's the problem that people are afraid
if it don't work, I'm coming back on the show to tell everybody in your audience that shit don't work.
That's good. I like that. That. See, people like that. I like that.
We'll be looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Jay's like, I'll set the date right now.
I'm looking at the calendar right now. What's that? November 19th? So, we might be able to have it for the 21st.
Mooch and J-Dub on PvP on Destiny.
It's going to be lit. Watch.
On the other team.
Yes.
We'll be on YouTube streaming it, too. One button.
Yeah, they're doing Crucible and it's just one-on-one and shit like that. It's just one-on-one.
It's a lot of loot we got.
That's dope.
And that's
Like,
crazy.
why we can't get 6-4 raid? What's going on?
Yeah, but let's circle back to XO19. But we definitely got the Stadia conversation out of the way. Thanks to
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
But XO19, the 2 new IPs that Microsoft showed was a game called Everwild and Grounded. So Everwild is the next game made by
Technically,
Rare.
they showed 3, Kofi, by the way.
Oh, what's the other one?
Wasteland 3.
Wasteland 3?
Game.
No, but isn't that already out? I swear they said that was already out.
Wasteland 2 is out.
Right.
Wasteland
card
3 is
game.
coming out.
No, the cart.
The cart game.
The cart.
Yeah,
the card
card
game.
That's an Xbox game.
What
No,
studio did that?
Nah, isn't that shit on Steam?
The card game?
Yeah, I think that shit's
No.
on Steam. Someone check.
No,
Someone
Xbox
double
game.
check. Someone double check. But yeah,
No, that's a PC game too, Hard.
I think it's a PC
So
game.
the card
bro.
game where you can customize all the dudes.
Yeah, I think that's a PC game,
all
bro.
you
They
doing
said
is
they put
drifting
that-
the whole game?
Yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, that's the one that's coming from PC to Xbox.
Okay,
Man,
yeah, and
they was
okay,
told
and
it up
Waste
like an Xbox
and
game.
Cart
Wasteland
Drifter.
and Wasteland 3. Okay, so let's throw that in there as well. So, I just want to get everybody's thoughts. I think we heard a little bit from Mooch already, so I want to hear from Nev. Nev, what did you think about Everwild?
Everwild looks heat. I really like the art direction. Yeah, I wish we had gotten some information as to what exactly we're doing in the game, but from a visual standpoint, I actually really like it. I think that Xbox probably should have just prioritized pushing games like this over their traditionally popular IPs, because when I saw that, it was the only thing I actually saw from the highlights of XO19 that was even remotely interesting to me. That other game, the Honey I Shrunk the Kids simulator, that looked
Grounded.
yeah, that I was like, miss me with this, but Everwild looked dope.
Wait, so you would rather them have games like Everwild than like
Gears of War,
and
absolutely.
shit like-
'Cause-
What?
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
Because,
look,
hold up.
X-
They can't be touting these powerful consoles and things of that
Exact, yo,
nature,
J-Man.
and then
Hold
put
on,
shit out
but
like that
to
for
me,
the
like,
rest of the game.
okay, but like, yeah, of course, like, but the thing is, at this point, we shouldn't be believing anything we hear from these Xbox execs in the first place.
But it's
So-
not just what they're saying though. This is truth.
It actually
the
is the
Xbox
most
One X
powerful
is the most
console.
powerful console
right,
now.
but it is. But like, I don't care because I don't have any faith that they're gonna bring me any good games. With respect that are and I don't think if you're an Xbox person that you should be even remotely optimistic about the next Halo game or the next Gears game. I don't.
That's crazy.
Granted, I'm not into those games in general, but I like games that look like Everwild more than I like games like Gears of War.
Art
Yo,
style
Nev,
is always
I'm
better
with
than
you. I'm with
Facts,
you, Nev.
Alex.
No,
Nev, I'm with you. But Xbox got their own template now. Let's keep it a buck. You know how they always post pictures of the Sony template? Why? Yo, why does every game look like Sea of Thieves though? Like I'm just saying
Because
every
hold
game
on,
looks like Sea of Thieves.
Alex was just about to say, a game that looks really nice in terms of its art direction is way better than a game that tries to be hyper realistic. They age better
that's just
in
how
like every
So-
case.
And
There's more than one art style. They all using the same art.
that's what I'm saying. This shit looks so similar to Sea of Thieves. It was just crazy. All right, J-Man, let's hear what you think of Everwild before we even talk about Grounded or anything like that.
Yeah, similar to what my man Nev said. I like the art direction of it. Like that's what I was kind of going to get into. Even though I want those AAA blockbuster games still. But I appreciate a game that looks like an Everwild that gives off that kind of vibe. That music was absolutely beautiful. Like
music
I
was
was catching Ori vibes for a little bit when I was listening to it. But I would really love to see what we're actually doing in that game. Just to see where my interest direction goes.
Oh man, you mean we're not petting deers and hogs and
I mean,
and
if
birds.
they show another trailer and it's just that, this
Nah,
shit gonna
see,
take that same direction as
I don't
Death
know.
Stranding. And we're
I
gonna
don't
be like,
know.
what the hell are we doing
Watch
in
your
this
mouth,
game?
dog. Watch your mouth.
Just this trailer and anything didn't do anything for me. Like I'm just
No.
keeping it a buck. The music was cool. The graphics and the visual art direction, yeah, it reminded me a lot of Sea of Thieves. Art direction, it just didn't do anything for me at all. You know?
That shocks me from coming from you though, Kofi, because for somebody like you who kind of appreciates those kind of games from Nintendo, to see you say that about an Xbox game like that. Like,
What's really all right, so you're gonna bring up the Nintendo point. So what game is like this from Nintendo? Like, what do you mean?
I mean, all Nintendo games have like a cartoon. Not all of them, but
that's not my problem with it, though. That's not my problem with it.
What's your problem with it?
I'm just saying it didn't do anything for me, though. Like.
So you don't have a problem with the art direction. It just
it's not the art. It's not really the art direction. Yeah, like it didn't do anything.
We don't know what the game is.
I get that. I said the same thing. I said the same thing.
That's fair.
But from an art perspective and the music, I think that's enough to pique an interest of like, okay, I'm looking forward to what they're going to show next about this game.
I didn't think CFDs looked bad, but it did look strikingly like familiar. Like, god damn, that one shit. It looked strikingly familiar, but it didn't like. I didn't look at the art direction. I'm like, oh, this shit gonna be trash or anything like that. That's not where I'm getting at. But overall, the trailer, like, it had great music and you know. The art direction looked nice.
Kofi, did anybody pick up whether or not this is going to be a single player game or if this is going to be another game?
We don't know. We don't know nothing.
That other game looks like a co-op game though.
No, but this game might be a co-op too because I did see more than one person in it.
You saw more. That's what I was going to say. Sometimes remember when IGN used to actually be like good, right? Right. So when IGN used to do like they used to rewind the trailers, right? That's what I'm talking about. And we used to say when we saw like 3-4 people, they'd be like, all right, listen, we don't know. But when they're showing 3-4 players together going up to take on an enemy, you can tell this is going to be a multiplayer experience. A lot up, people were telling me this might be a single player, and that's fine. I think a lot of people would welcome that.
I hope so, because that's what I was kind of going into this conference. I think that's what was in the back of my head, really, like me looking for Microsoft's next single player game, bro, because it feels like it's been a long time, like their next blockbuster single player game. Like, I was praying to God that I was praying to God Ninja Theory is going to show something. I was praying. I don't know, but go ahead.
How long have we been waiting for a new good Xbox IP? At what point do you just say, I'm not expecting anything, let me just be surprised in the event that it happens? Wow. I don't think anyone should go into any Xbox event with any sort of enthusiasm.
Bro, I didn't even really. But the thing is, I didn't even go into this one in any enthusiasm though. That's crazy. So like,
why are you disappointed now, dog?
I don't know, yo. I guess in the back of my head, I'm still thinking about they might actually have some heat, yo, because they acquired all these damn studios. I want to see the fruits of their labor, man, because I'm kind of tired of the biggest. You're not gonna
see it, but you're not going to see it 6 months after they bought them.
Exactly. Thank you, Alex. I'm actually agreeing with you. I feel like I'm a little disappointed in Kofi and Mooch because y'all keep saying like they bought all these studios, and then Mooch said like we expecting the next big blockbuster already. Like they just bought. Yeah, but Jay, that's not going to be shown yet.
From what I've seen, these games look like they are literally just rushed out to get out there because they got these studios. Like they don't feel like the Obsidian game, Grounded, does not feel like an Obsidian game.
No, like, that's like a little side project they were.
When you tell me, hey Alex, Obsidian is making a game, I'm thinking we got ourselves a motherfucking RPG, boys. And then I get a survival game. I'm like,
right? Yeah, that game is literally but you guys gotta save the world.
But you guys gotta understand how the fucking optics look, yo. They acquire Ninja Theory. The previous game that they made, Hellblade. Now they're with Microsoft. Yeah. I know this game started development before that, but just look how the optics look. The next game they bring out, Bleeding Edge.
Right.
But Obsidian gets acquired. Obsidian gets acquired. Outer Worlds. Getting great praise everywhere. People like it. It's dope. Reminds them like old school Fallout and shit.
Number 2
the next game that they showed when they're with Microsoft, Grounded. You feel me? Like the optics look terrible, bro.
Jay, real quick,
terrible.
Jay, I know where you're coming from when you're saying why is Mooch asking for these games when they just acquired these people, but hear me out.
Yeah.
Kojima just put together Kojima Productions 3 years ago.
Woo!
Yeah. He puts out a banger. Okay, like Death Stranding.
A banger.
Right? And my point being is, right? Real quick. I mean, that's the truth.
Up to be determined, but yeah, go ahead.
But no, and I know Kofi got that on the schedule. I don't want to jump another. I'm going to stay with Excel. So right?
I agree with you.
So, but really, the thing about it is, though, Jay, we've been waiting a long time, and we've seen these companies acquired for a bit. And I got to agree with Alex. Every time we see them now announce that one of these new acquired studios is releasing something, it's always Team 2 from Obsidian. It's I don't want Team 2. You know what? Take Team 2, Team 3. Meet up with Team 1 and give me a blockbuster, right?
I think. Hold on, let me respond to that real quick. I think when you bring up the Kojima perspective, Alice could even I think agree with this. Kojima probably had that game in mind
long
Absolutely.
since MGS5.
Yeah.
Yes, for
if you play Death
Stranding,
Stranding,
Well, he's had it in mind, but at the same time, they have too. These games that they making, they've been had these games in mind.
That's what I'm saying though. They've had those games in mind when they were outside of Microsoft. So to get together with Microsoft, you kind of have to. You're together with a big AAA publisher now, and you want to kind of restructure kind of things going forward. So I think they want to get out these smaller projects, get their feet wet with Microsoft, and then focus on the bigger projects that they got going on.
I'm definitely with you. I know it takes time. J-Man, I
Yeah.
definitely know it takes time. I've been here and said, I know this shit going to take time. We're going to see the fruits of the labor. But I feel like Microsoft could, help the process a little bit. They could take a page out of maybe Nintendo's book and maybe show a JPEG. I think a JPEG announcement would have been better than some of the shit they showed. I'm just keeping it buck, bro. A JPEG announcement of Fable would have been better than Grounded, bro. I'm telling you straight up.
Alex,
you know what I mean?
Alex,
I think I'd rather have seen
people,
that, bro.
There's still people clapping from when they put the Metroid logo up.
Yo, listen.
Yo, people are like, yo, the store's closed. You gotta leave. Stop clapping. It's been 2 years.
I'm keeping it a buck, yeah. I think I'd rather see the Fable JPEG than Grounded.
Is Nintendo needs to stop fucking around and give me the trilogy of Metroid remastered.
Hopefully that's
on the damn Switch before they give me 4. That's what I need in my life.
That's coming as an announcement at the Game Awards. Book it.
That's what we need to do. If you're gonna give me a JPEG, then you better be like, yo, listen, I hope you're excited, but in the meantime, to keep you satiated, here's the whole trilogy on your Switch. Bop.
All right, so let me hurry up and go through some of the other things that they announced. They announced Ages of Empires 4. I think that was already announced, but they showed some footage.
Yeah, they showed gameplay.
They showed gameplay. They also talked about Ages of Empires 2, the definitive edition one, the 4K resolutions.
You need to go buy that game.
I played Ages of Empires 2 a lot. I dabbled into this franchise because of my brother mostly. I played Ages 2, Ages 3, and Mythology. And those games are pretty dope. So I'm definitely gonna keep an eye on Ages of Empires 4.
It's
not
PC
something
games.
it's something that I'm not like super crazy hyped for, but I'm definitely gonna be keeping my eye out for it. They also announced a whole bunch of Game Pass. Look, Microsoft's conferences from here on out, just expect Game Pass to be said at least 10,000 times, at least in the conference. 10,000.
That list was heat though. That was.
But I will say, nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying
shit
anything
heat.
wrong with it, but I feel like the highlight of this inside Xbox was actually all the games going into Game Pass. Even though a lot of them were older games that we have probably played, they're just stacking Game Pass up really good. All the Final Fantasy games are going in there pretty much.
Yes.
What was a big surprise, Yakuza is finally making his way to Xbox.
Yeah.
So that's nice. That's nice.
That's why I
also,
feel
another pretty big one going to Game Pass is the Kingdom Hearts series.
Oh, is that going to be in Game Pass?
I think so.
Hey, man, don't
I'm
act.
sure it's going to be in
Don't
Game
You
Pass.
know what that means, Kofi?
Yes,
Wait a second.
So that's pretty dope. I'm not
hold
gonna.
on.
That's pretty dope.
If
Go ahead.
Kingdom Hearts is going to Xbox, guess where Kingdom Hearts is also going to be going?
No, but it hasn't been confirmed.
I don't know.
It hasn't been confirmed. to PC, though.
Some of the Game Pass. Well, eventually, I think.
A lot
I
of
think it
Game Pass games don't come to PC.
don't come to PC. That's what I was saying.
Listen,
A lot of them don't come to PC.
put some money on it. It's coming to PC.
I can see it happening in the future.
Put it like this:
I can
Jump
see it
Force is also on PC and it's on Game Pass, but it's only for console.
It's on the console version.
Witcher, Alex, is also on PC,
But it's the
it's
console.
only coming to console Game Pass.
Game Pass.
Yeah.
So tone it down a little
You're
bit.
gonna see some anime Disney on PC soon, boy. And then you're gonna get the mods on PC.
Fam,
I can see it happening.
Hold on, if the Xbox do beat Kingdom Hearts before me,
I'm definitely turning this.
hey, yo, I'm gonna quit the podcast, dog. I'm gonna quit the podcast. Just book that.
I want his Patreon cut.
J-Man, you have a month and a half to beat Kingdom Hearts in
I
2019.
got this.
Take
I had
that
I had a rough week.
You have 1 month, J-Man. You have a
That's
month.
Oh, yo, you did say that you're gonna finish
Dog.
3 before this
Yeah,
year's
I'm gonna finish
over.
them all before the year's over.
Listen here, Mooch. This guy has still not beaten Kingdom Hearts, and he's hyped as game.
Do you know how gassed J-Man was for Kingdom Hearts 3?
He was
I'm still
hyping
hyped
that-
though.
he
That's
was
the
hyping
thing.
that
I'm
shit.
still hyped for it. I'm still
Can we
hyped
get a
for it.
timestamp?
Alright,
Can we
B.
get a timestamp on this that J-Man will beat Kingdom Hearts 3 in 2019?
Yeah, if I don't, I'm quitting the
has a month.
podcast.
Look, J-Man, we're
And
gonna,
y'all can have my cut.
we're gonna both complete it before the year out, J-Man.
Oh,
'Cause
Hardhead
I'm on
gotta
that
do it
dumbass
too?
card game
Oh,
too,
man.
bro.
That shit held me up for a month, like a couple months. The
But
chain of
overall,
memories-
let's wrap it up. Let's wrap it up. Yo, XO19. Let's give it a score and move on. For me personally, Game Pass stuff was nice. We got a
Wait,
Halo.
Kofi, you
We got
didn't
a Halo
even-
Reach. What? Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm about to say Halo Reach.
Yeah, Halo Reach. Yeah, Halo Reach got a release date finally, December 3rd. I thought this shit was gonna get delayed to 2020, so I'm extremely happy about it. I already went out and purchased the entire Master Chief Collection on PC. I'm happy about that.
Here you go. Here you go again. It's called Game Pass. What are y'all doing?
But you don't understand. I'm actually a Halo fan, though. Like I'm a
Halo. We hear that about Gears too, right? Gears 5. I'm actually playing Gears 5.
But the difference is I've played these games before. Gears 5 was a totally new game.
So
This is a classic game.
Let me ask you something real quick, because wasn't y'all what you specifically wasn't you judging BG for deciding to spend $60 on a game instead of using Game Pass?
Who, me?
I was.
Not me.
That was J-Man.
That was not me.
That was J-Man.
I did. Yeah. Because I didn't understand his beef with games like Game Pass, like subscriptions and shit like that.
Some people prefer to own their games and
not BG, and that's the thing. People said that, but not BG. This motherfucker trades in his games like as fast as he deletes games he doesn't play. That's how fast he trades in his game. This dude will have a game Monday physically, and by Wednesday this shit is trading at GameStop. Hold on, with another game in hand.
Now some people like to own. Some people actually like to own their game, so that's not a bad thing.
I understand that. Just not him. I'm not giving him that.
Yeah. I get that.
Why Halo will be bought on Steam and not on Game Pass? When you go to the Halo store page, you know there's tags, right? People tag the game.
Yeah.
Halo on Steam has been tagged as masterpiece. Okay,
that's the Master Collection.
That is a actual masterpiece.
Yeah, that's why I bought it. Like I don't think people understand how much I love fucking Halo, bro. Like the old school Halo. I'm the Halo 5, 4 disappointed, but the trilogy is like, yo, that's my shit.
I mean, in theory, Master Chief Collection. Yes. I know it has issues at launch, but in theory, that shit is. Yes, that's a masterpiece right there to have all those games like that bundled.
It's a masterpiece.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Playing that on PC is gonna be wild.
It's gonna be delicious.
It really is. It really is. I mean, I played it when Master Chief Collection came out. Like you said, it was busted. It was broken. Mainly the multiplayer. I went through, played all 4 through again. Loved every second of it. But I will probably play a whole lot of it again when it hits PC as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, I played through all 4.
It's hard not to. It truly is.
Rate, that FOV. Oh my God.
Yeah. Scores, yo. XO at 19, man. Let's hear him, yo. What would you give it out of 10?
I give it should have been an inside Xbox out of 10.
It was
give it a 6.
Xbox.
It was
an inside. It was just a really big one.
Inside Xbox is what XO is.
The biggest inside Xbox. Is that what was that the slogan?
Yeah, the biggest one, bro.
Yeah,
that's really the slogan.
Yeah, bro. Look at the video, bro.
Are you the biggest inside Xbox ever?
I just saw it as a.
All right, so someone said 7.
I'll give it a 6.
It's a 5.
It's a 7 for me.
For me personally, I'll give it a 5 out of 10, yo. That's 5. Man. I'm giving it a 5.
Ooh, you guys are hard. I'm gonna say 7.5.
7.5. Okay.
All right.
Is there
I'm gonna say,
all right, go ahead.
I don't know. I'm gonna say buy a PlayStation 4 or a Switch or build a PC out of 10.
Oh my God. Yo, so is there anything else worth mentioning that we didn't discuss about XO19?
West of Dead. That's gonna be good.
That I think I seen a bit of that trailer.
West of Dead looks really good. Who's the blonde girl? The British blonde girl. She was cute.
Oh, from the X. Oh yeah. I don't know her name.
Yeah.
I'm married, but if I wasn't married, I want her number.
What's it called? xCloud's coming to Windows 10, by the way. So I guess that means some of these 360 games will be able to stream on our desktop now. So maybe that's becoming a thing. Yeah,
DualShock 4.
Yo, can somebody real quick before we jump subject? Somebody sell me on Crossfire X. What?
It looked like Counter-Strike to me. It looked like Counter-Strike for a second.
It looked like Counter-Strike.
It looked like Counter-Strike.
Kind of looked like Call of Duty 2 years ago. I don't understand what.
No, they don't. That's just how they did the trailer because it was.
Yeah.
It was getting.
I was expecting this to be like whenever we get a big PC game to come over, right? I kind of excited for that because I'm like, let the console gamers kind of explore and enjoy some of it. So Crossfire X was something I was kind of looking forward to, and I looked at it today and I was like, I took a step back. I was like, I don't know if I need to waste my time with this.
It's
we
like
play 100 games like that, right?
It's like how World of Warcraft does their trailer. That's what Crossfire X did.
But what does it offer, Hard? What am I missing?
It's nothing. It's just CS:GO with a few. It just plays like it's CS:GO with Call of Duty rules.
What is Kofi doing? You see his? Look at this.
What?
Look at Kofi's, on my screen, it looks crazy.
What? What happened?
It looks like you jacking off on my screen.
Oh, relax. Oh, my God. I get your mind out the gutter, bro.
Oh, man.
Get your mind out
fucking
the gutter,
overseer.
bro. It's no. First of all, it's no nut November, bro. So I ain't doing nothing, bro.
All right. So,
Listen, talk about
maybe.
No November. My body betrayed me on day 9.
Why you just busted in your pants?
He woke up.
Yo.
and he-
Oh, you had a wet dream. Oh my God.
What are we, 13?
No, it don't even
wet
be-
dream.
no, it
Still
don't
what's
even be-
happening, dog?
You had a wet
Sometimes you
dream.
just wake up and you nut it, bro.
So I'm
What the
sleeping.
fuck?
I'm sleeping. So hold on. I'm sleeping. Right? I'm like,
You humping your pillows while you sleep. That's the
well,
problem.
first I have a full-size
Deviant.
body pillow.
I know you do.
Yeah, you
Your
know
second wife right there.
Hey, this
So-
ain't off the
so I'm
record. This is
sleeping.
Press Start Podcast. It's
I
not off the
know, I
record,
know.
man. This is
and,
not off the
and
record.
I wear shorts. I wear shorts to sleep, and all of a sudden, bop.
XO 19. Oh, Bleeding Edge got a release date.
Your Bleeding Edge got a release date, March 24th.
I still want to play this game.
Me
So
too.
I'm
Bro,
check
you know how
out the
much
closed beta in,
bro,
February.
you know how much
Man.
else I got in the chat?
God.
You know how much else I got in the chat for pre-ordering Bleeding Edge? They bullied
It's
me in the
because
chat, bro.
You pre-ordered
Got
it?
bullied.
Pre-ordered it.
Yeah, then I got a refund
played it
back.
and I'm
Oh, I was about to say,
I
yeah,
gotta
you deserve them L's. What happened?
Yeah, you still
Have you
I don't
played
know why
Bleeding
you're
Edge?
pre-ordering.
No, and I have no intention to.
Oh shit.
So I'm
What's
the
wrong?
only one on the podcast that actually played the game.
I signed
What do
up
you
for the
think about
outfit.
it?
They
All right,
didn't
so all
invite-
right, so let's hear what Hardhead thinks about it, man.
Look,
Yeah.
look, it's the only thing that's Overwatch like about the game is the art style. It's the game modes that are in the game, it's mostly like domination, but you have these, I don't even know what you call them. It's like currencies you have to turn into the domination points.
Okay.
And the problem with the game is the pacing. It's like it's only 4v4, so obviously you got to have teamwork to get anything done. But when you're actually going up against people, it's not intense. It's not. It doesn't make you feel like, oh, I need to try to do something extra.
Does
to
it feel
get out of there.
mundane?
Yeah.
No, not
Is
really.
mundane
That's
a good
the
word?
problem. It just I don't even know the right word to use for it.
That was one of the
Bland.
concerns I had with when I did look at it. It looked slower paced than I thought it would be. When you see like
It's
the
a
trailers
lot.
and all the like different styles of the characters and all the weapons and shit that they have, you think, oh, this is gonna be a fast paced, frantic,
And that's
explosion
what
type.
would make it better. If it was, just a little bit, if it was slightly faster paced, it would probably be one of the best like that style of games that I played in a long time.
So slower pace
But
is like
it's
your
too
Achilles heel,
slow. Yes.
and that's why you trash The Last of Us, right? Got
Yeah,
it. That's
yeah.
4v4 too. Hold on, that's 4v4 too. We might be on to something here.
Hey, at least in The Last of Us, you can go out on your own and dominate.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't do that in Bleeding Edge. You will
No,
get fucked up.
See, I need
Well,
to
First, Kofi, you're not buying that, are you?
I pre-ordered, but I got my refund back, man. I'm
Damn.
gonna
I mean,
Game
that's
Pass.
what Game
I'm
Pass.
gonna try it on Game Pass first.
Yeah.
You know what it is?
I don't know,
You know what
man.
it? You know what it is? Since I primarily play on PC, I kind of want to support this kind of Steam initiative. You know, even though I have the
tell me about
choice,
it.
even though I have the choice to play Master Chief Collection on Game Pass, I could easily do that. But I kind of want to support these games kind of going to Steam. But I obviously want to support the good ones. I don't want to support the bad
Kofi,
ones.
you know what you are, Kofi?
What? I'm a Steam
You are a
fanboy.
Steam fanboy, Kofi.
Bro, but the difference between me, I admit it. I can admit it. You guys can't. That's the difference between me and you, bro.
Kofi, you
I
are
can
a
admit it.
Steam fanboy. I
Alex,
cannot
you
believe
worse
it.
than
I rather.
admit it, dog.
That's
Hey,
the
listen,
difference,
y'all,
though.
listen,
I
y'all,
prefer Steam.
listen, hold
but
on.
for you can't
Listen,
admit it. That's the
if
difference
you,
between
if
me.
you
and you.
buy a game on the Epic Games, use code HARDHEAD7WD on checkout. You get 10% off your Epic Game Store purchase.
Oh,
Please
man.
support my boy Hardhead.
Yeah, there's
Please
actually
buy Team
discounts
Steam.
right now if you spend at least $15 on the Epic Game Store and use code HARDHEAD7WD at checkout.
Hardhead is literally capping and is literally part of the problem. Congratulations, Hardhead. I appreciate your checkbook.
I got a question, and I want to ask Hardhead too, man, because I've been seeing this going around too. Are we not supposed to take any advice from anybody on the internet?
It depends.
What does that mean?
No, because it seems like
I think it depends on the advice and the person giving it.
It seems like when you have a change of heart or change your mind about something, then people kind of criticize you for changing your mind about something when those are the same people trying to give you advice on the topic.
Are you really taking into consideration the input of random motherfuckers on the internet? Really?
It's not but like sometimes when you if it's your boys, right, or like the people you communicate with, right, on a daily basis, and you do something, and they're like, yeah, maybe that ain't the move. That ain't the move. If I reassess myself and be like, okay, maybe it ain't the move. Let me chill. Is that a bad thing? Because that's what I want to know.
In your mind, don't say it all out.
Okay.
In your mind, think of the dumbest person that you know.
Hardhead.
You have it right here.
Hardhead. All right, cool.
Do you have the dumbest person in your mind right now that you know?
Yep, I'm thinking about it. He's in this podcast right now too.
Let me tell you something. 50% of the people on the planet are dumber than him.
Is that a compliment, Alex?
What are you even talking about? What did I miss?
So when you're talking about like, oh, should I listen to other people? Probably not.
Nah, but no, because I was always told there's two ways of learning. You could go through yourself, right, or you could learn from others, right? So, I've always stuck by that too. So sometimes I leave my ear open to other people to,
Alex sounds like a disappointed father with Kofi.
What is happening?
No. I brought up the point that it seems like every time that like maybe I might have a decision and I hear other people maybe like kind of altering maybe my mind a little bit. Maybe I should think twice about it. That's looked down upon by some people. I was saying like
because no one's ever going to be happy. Let's be real. No one's going to be happy with whatever choice.
That is true. That is true.
Make another choice, people are going to be angry. And then if you switch between those choices, they're going to call you a flip-flopper. So how about you just stick to your guns and what you like and what you don't like, and you do it, and then you stick to it, then you'll be happy because you're not listening to fucking dumbasses. If I tell you God of War 2018 sucks, it's because God of War 2018 fucking sucks.
Talk, Alex.
Let's end the podcast, though. We gotta go. Now, I mean, I think like the people
No, but I'm just talking about the people I trust. Obviously, if it's randoms, I don't care, bro.
If it
but
don't
the people that I trust,
them, it don't matter. Simple as that.
But once again, I'm strictly talking about the people that I trust and I talk to on a daily basis.
You have to learn.
Most of the time, though. It's just jokes.
Whatever you want.
Learn who aligns with your views. I guess in that case.
Yeah.
Like if this person don't usually align with the kind of stuff that you agree with, then don't even worry about that. Fuck it.
That's
true. Simple as that.
Okay. All right, so let's move on. Let's talk about this Pokemon. Let's get this Pokemon topic out of the way.
Tell me about it.
Because there's a whole bunch of controversy going around Pokemon right now. I got the game pre-order. You already know what it is. I'm copping it day one. We there midnight boys and Ev.
Big facts.
You already know what it is, yo. If you guys don't know what's going on with Pokemon, it's been coming under a lot of fire. Game Freak in general is coming under a lot of fire for multitude of reasons. The fact that they're reusing the same assets as previous Pokemon games. When they specifically said that they're cutting down Pokemon in this game because they wanted to improve the quality. New Pokemon, new animations and stuff like that. So now that the reviews are out, people got their hands on the game. Basically, a whole bunch of people found out that they lied about this shit, bro. It's the same. They just reused everything, and overall, people are not impressed with the visuals and stuff like that. So we got two people on the podcast. That's why I wanted to have Hardhead and Nev here that fall on two different spectrums of this controversy, where Nev doesn't really see as a big deal, or I don't know. He could explain himself, and Hardhead is kind of down on this new Pokemon game. So let's start with Hardhead. Yo, what do you think about this whole Pokemon controversy and just your input on it?
The more I've learned over the past 2 days is that a lot of people that are defending it, like other than Nev, those people haven't played the game since red, blue, black and white type stuff. So they don't see the issues that some of us have been dealing with ever since games like Black and White.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say like the reason why people are so angry now, it's not because this game alone has a lot of issues. It's basically a collection of issues from the last, like
3
the
or 4
multitude.
games?
Yeah, like people have not been happy about a lot of these things for a long time, and you would think that on more powerful hardware, a game that's been touted for so long, like people have been talking about having Pokemon games on Nintendo's main home console since the series began in 1998. So
That
when
is
it actually
true.
came, people were rightfully having a lot of high expectations for the game. And I mean, look, I'm not gonna sit here and say that people should just. I mean, it's gonna be a great game and should have no issues with it. For
Okay.
me personally, all of these issues are issues that I've had for a long time, and when I was screaming about them, I felt like I didn't get any support. And
Facts, Nev.
yeah,
Bro,
like
somebody
like,
reminded me in stream yesterday that I was
yeah,
talking about this shit way back a whole year ago.
exactly.
Before
Yeah,
this game
that's true.
even got confirmed. Like I'm
yeah.
sitting here telling y'all what's about to happen, and the shit still happened.
So yeah, exactly. So I mean, I put the a few images in the chat, but
Let's see if I can bring
they were
them up.
comparing screenshots from Sword and Shield from Let's Go, which came out last year, and I don't necessarily know because the images can be kind of deceiving. Like the screenshots that I'm seeing from Sword and Shield are like typically in like low light environments and whatnot. So I don't, and like the screenshots that they're using to demonstrate better looking games are all brightly lit, very vibrant colors. So I'm still kind of in terms of the overworld's look, I don't necessarily know how bad or good Sword and Shield are going to look.
Yeah, because every screenshot I've seen so far has been of the wild area, and that's
Exactly,
probably one of the
yeah.
worst
here's my
graphical
question.
areas of the
Yeah.
game.
So I'm literally one of those people that haven't played a Pokemon game since Red and Blue.
Right.
Right. So what, 17, 18 years ago?
No, that's 98. That's
98.
yeah.
Almost
20
20
years
years ago,
ago?
bro.
Yeah.
I'm old. So the other game that I played was X and Y, and I played that. Like, I haven't finished it, but I'm enjoying X and Y. So my view is, I loved fucking Red and Blue. I like X and Y. Should I be upset with this?
Honestly, not really, because it's not because the biggest issue with the community is that Game Freak will put in a feature that people like and then take it out immediately.
And take it out.
They'll take it out immediately and then give no explanation as to why. And then when they do give an explanation as to why they took out this feature, it's some bullshit. That's why
Jeez, okay, it's all okay, all right.
Look,
my bad saying he's on the other side of the spectrum. He's just
I'm gonna-
slandering it
look,
too, bro. All right,
I'm a
Because
Pokemon fan.
we
I'm
got
gonna play-
Mega Evolutions,
Yeah.
Z moves, Pokemon
Whoa, you guys
rides.
are like,
They
you guys are
got
way out
rid
of my
of
league here.
That's what I'm like,
H-
what?
HMs.
Way out of my league.
Yeah.
Like Alex,
I don't know
seen
any of this.
HMs and TMs in Pokemon, right?
Yeah,
You
I
know the
what
moves
those
you have
are.
to teach a Pokemon to get through
Yes.
certain areas of the game. They
Yes.
got rid of them, brought them back, and got rid of them again, and brought them back again.
Yo, hard, real
Yeah,
quick. For all the people that don't know,
Since I've only played Red and Blue,
Mhm.
I should be fine.
Go ahead.
Like, yeah, that's the thing, Alex. You don't. Yeah,
Go ahead, Mooch.
have experienced all the features
Hard, I
that
was-
people love that they
What
brought.
were you
I want to
saying?
know from
Yeah.
either Nev or Hard. Explain to me. I'm a
Uh-huh.
step beyond even before Alex. I haven't played any Pokemon.
Okay. So this is
So real quick, for the people, there's got to be people in the chat too.
yeah. I'll
Like,
start at the
if
beginning.
you want to get into it, what the hell? And you don't have to go crazy with it because I mean, Kofi's going to cut us off on this segment eventually, right? But like, what I'm saying is, like, give us like, what is it right now? If I was to go at midnight, you go pick this game up. What are we buying?
A base Pokemon game. You get
You're buying a Pokemon game that would have been great about 5-6 years ago, basically.
after Black and White.
I'm good.
In terms of its features, I think so this all started. I guess it was after E3. They were doing a treehouse, and they were explaining. They're walking through the game and whatnot, and they very, very, very stealthily dropped that they were cutting half of the population of Pokemon. Now,
Yeah.
usually in Pokemon games, they have a certain amount of Pokemon that you can catch within the game. Let's say it's 200 Pokemon.
Mhm.
From that'll be among new Pokemon, and then some old Pokemon will come back.
Okay.
But so those are the catchable Pokemon. But the data,
That's the region decks.
yeah, exactly. That's the regional decks. Now the data for every single Pokemon ever is usually
Lets you
always in
transfer,
Pokemon.
right?
Yeah.
It lets you
So
transfer.
let's say-
yeah.
I had my Blaziken from Pokemon Emerald, which came out in like 2003, and I wanted to transfer him over to
the latest game,
Pokemon
right?
to my
Sun and Moon.
to my Sun and Moon.
Okay.
I could eventually get there. I could get my Blaziken from the 3rd generation to my save file in the 6th generation.
Okay.
Now, in Sword and Shield, what they did is that not only are the Pokemon cut from the roster, so they're not catchable, their data isn't even included in Sword and Shield. So
that
you
isn't.
can't even take your Pokemon.
You're coming from somebody who's never played the game, since that's the essence of that game.
Yeah,
That's crazy that they took that out.
Exactly. The thing.
Can't even do that shit.
So hold
I mean,
on. When
exactly.
I played, like when I played Red and Blue, it was like I'm gonna get 150, then I'm gonna get Mew 151,
Right.
and that was it. Like, what was the cutoff point for that? I'm guessing Red and Blue had to be the cutoff point because you couldn't transfer over Mew.
This will technically be the second time in which you aren't able to change a game or transfer your Pokemon over.
So when was the first time? It
the
had to be
first
Red
one
and Blue,
was
right?
Gold, Silver, and Crystal. You couldn't send those Pokemon over to the next generation, which was Ruby Sapphire.
I think that was
So-
Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire when that game came out. That was the only game you couldn't bring Pokemon from or some shit like that.
Yeah, the base versions, not the remakes.
So there were 2 cutoff points prior.
Well, no, this
This would be the
is the
second.
second.
This
one.
is the
So there
second
was-
cutoff
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Okay.
But the reason for why you couldn't do it back then was hardware limitations, and you
I
can
mean,
kind of
literally
why, 'cause it
3DS,
was-
like Game Boy Color to
Yeah,
DS.
that would have been from Game Boy Color to the hell was the next
Advance.
Advance, yeah.
Advance. Okay, Advance.
right? So that's understandable. You can't really use technical limitations for transferring Pokemon over as an excuse in 2019. You can't do it. And
Can they?
again, the slogan of the franchise is you got to catch them all. Like, that's
That's crazy.
All of
That's
them.
crazy.
anything in the game is.
Do you think
being able to have
they're
a-
making hard cutoff points for hardware?
No, that's what they
No.
said. That's what they said because so when they announced this, they said that the reason why they're doing it was that they were able to focus on the animations for the game and make those look better. The game will have better polish.
Specifically said they wanted
They specifically
to
said
add more
that.
new quality animation.
Yeah,
That's what they
And
said.
I saw a
exactly.
couple
That's
on
what they
Twitter,
said. So
and they weren't
Oh
very
hell no!
Look.
After the videos I've been seeing,
yeah, and then you see the
Lord.
videos. There's this GIF of one of the animations for the character in this game is the
Yeah.
exact same animations from a character in the
the
previous
last game.
generation.
Wouldn't a better reason be
Yeah.
like we want to keep the hardware separate, so every hardware generation we're just gonna cut it off?
Alex, you know what it is?
No.
No,
They
this
shouldn't
is.
do that either.
What this is just they rushing it out
The game
for the
seemed rushed.
Christmas. They
Yeah.
rushing the game out
I
to
don't- like,
meet a
I,
deadline. for
I'm
Christmas.
just
At
trying to
this-
figure, so for me, like what I don't want to do is be like fucking Pokemon fans, you fucking assholes, and then I also don't want to be like, yeah, they're fucking, like I'm trying to figure out from ends, you know what I mean?
Well,
I'm just trying to figure out
Honestly,
from both perspectives, like why someone would be like, it's fine, and the other reason why would someone be pissed. Like I'm just trying to figure out both sides.
I mean,
So
look,
let's dive a little bit
Uh-huh.
more into the animation discussion then, because
okay,
the
yeah,
animation discussion itself is a whole nother conversation because they've been cutting down animations every single game since like Black and White. Yeah, like you, I don't know what the fucking, I think it was Score Bunny's second evolution or some shit. You see him do double kick. Every Pokemon that had double kick used to have its own double kick animation, but now they at one point they cut it down to every Pokemon did the same double kick animation. Now, as you can see, double kick doesn't even have an animation. They do
The
that
thing,
with a
like,
lot of moves.
I don't
in the
know.
game.
So basically, this shit is just rushed. It's rushed.
it seems very rushed. They also
It's
cut out
rushed.
some moves that make some Pokemon like not. So, for instance, the Pokemon Unknown, they're based on the letters, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So Unknown can only learn one move, Hidden Power. Hidden Power got cut from Pokemon Sword and Shield. That Pokemon can no longer know any moves, so it's unviable until they invent a new move for that Pokemon.
So
Yeah.
we were talking about this earlier in the Discord, and me and Hardhead probably came to the same conclusion that they're probably gonna do a re-release of Pokemon Sword
Of
and
course
Shield.
they are. They do it all the time, and this is one of the core issues. And I guess this speaks to gaming in general. But what happened was, I mean, they switched from a 2-year development cycle for these games to a 1-year. Their Pokemon game has come out every year for the last 5 years.
Really?
Oh, that's a problem
Yeah.
then. That's a
Yeah,
problem.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like
I had no idea.
mainline.
Really?
Yeah.
They'll do a main game, then a rehash, main game.
They went to a yearly fucking
Yeah,
cycle.
so
I
2019 you had Sword and Shield.
didn't even know
you
that.
had
Let's go.
17 you had Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. 16 you had Sun and Moon. 15 was that Auras or was that 2014?
15?
15.
Damn, Pokemon's actually really been yearly? Say a word. I didn't even notice.
Has it really been yearly?
I haven't
noticed.
So it's as bad as Call of Duty.
And Let's Go.
Yeah. So I can't really I saw a video about this one interview, but basically what they were saying was it was a Junichi Masuda interview, and from what I gathered, it seems like the popularity of Pokemon Go sort of made it so that Nintendo just wanted a shit ton of money, and people are obviously going to buy the game. I have a ton of issues with this game. My ass is going to be in line in 2 hours waiting for
So you like the Kofi tweet that he put up.
I feel like at this point I've been beaten into
Yeah, but
submission.
Nev, you feel like you got to play this just because it's the natural progression to Pokemon? Because from what you're telling me right now, this is not the game you want to play.
Hell no,
it's not it.
Here's my thing though. Here's
right,
my
hard. Am I right?
Yeah, I got my
thing is like,
he's like, but I'm still getting it.
All right, let him go.
Franchise. This is my favorite franchise in gaming. If Pokemon ceased to exist, I would probably stop gaming.
Jesus!
Don't say that, Nev. Don't say that.
I would basically play Metal Gear Solid and Grand Theft Auto and probably not play anything else.
Let me tell you about a game called Pillars of Eternity.
But
all right, so we can transfer this whole conversation to something a little even more interesting. All right, so let's talk about this boycott culture then, because now that this whole Pokemon situation is happening, and how I made my jokingly tweet saying, you know, all the people going crazy about making all this noise about Pokemon controversy, then them on November 15th buying the game. So what do you do in a situation like that? Can you still have all these problems with this game, like how some people are really going crazy, and still go out and buy the game? Should you do that if you wanted to get better? That's my
according
question.
to the dudes. According to the dudes in the Press Start Discord, the solution is to steal it because that, you know. But we're not going to talk about that.
One night, shout out to One Night, bro.
Let it be clear that I am not part of the Press Start Discord.
Our Discord is not a representative of the panel.
Yeah, that's One Night.
Discord full of degenerates,
I will definitely.
Hardhead, don't even open your mouth before I expose you, bro. You were inquiring how to hack a Switch. You were inquiring this morning.
But I don't. The most.
Oh my God! And now he's coming up on the podcast acting all righteous and all. Get out of here, bro.
Hook y'all up with my workout partner.
Oh my God, bro.
You mean me? I'm your workout partner?
Yeah. Oh my God! This man Hardhead was. Oh man. And Nev too, I'm gonna let you live, Nev, because you know Blandrew might be watching, so I'm gonna let you live, bro.
I would never steal games. I guess my thing is, it's like, take your favorite gaming series ever, and then let's say the next game that was announced, people had a lot of problems with it. Wouldn't you still play it if it's your favorite game ever?
Absolutely.
Because like honestly, what I'm
PS5.
thinking, what I'm thinking is like, I'm never gonna let somebody influence how I feel about Pokemon. That's just not. I'm gonna play it myself, and I'll determine.
That's the exact same reason that games like 2K, Call of Duty, and Madden still
Get
sell
bought?
so fucking well.
See, the thing with those, because I you know, my other obsession used to be FIFA. I'm retired now, never playing that shit again. But
Why would you buy that?
I was one of those guys who
would
would
do
buy
that to
FIFA
yourself?
every year.
Nah, I used to fuck with FIFA heavy, bro.
Yeah, I love soccer.
I used to love FIFA heavy, bro.
But
All
the
the
thing
people
with
I'm playing with gonna get the new game.
the thing
I
with
need to
sport-
judge for myself
like-
if the game good enough.
yeah,
Go ahead,
sports games tend to have chronic issues where shit does not get fixed for. Like FIFA 20 has the same issues that FIFA 13 had. That's why I don't play FIFA anymore. This is the very first Pokemon with enough egregious issues for me to understand why people are wavering.
So
But
then what if someone like me comes along and I'm like,
Okay.
yo, fucking Pokemon, yo,
I would say
blue.
You're gonna be alright.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'll
I'm
be fine.
fine.
Yeah, because you're a casual, bro. You're a casual
Yeah.
Pokemon fan. You'll be.
My
my opinion
You
is
enjoy
it's
the
like-
game. The
yeah.
hardcore is what's complaining about it.
Yeah,
not the
exactly.
casual.
My
That's
thing
the
is, it's
same
like-
thing
Yeah.
with all the games.
Yeah.
2K too. 2K.
That's
they
true.
are grilling that game. 2K it came out on September 6th and it's still not fixed. September 6th. We still waiting for them to fix this goddamn game.
So all right, so okay, back to the boycott though. So J-Man, what do you think at this point? You see how these people have all these problems with it? Is it right for them to go out and support it, or should they not buy it and show Game Freak that and Nintendo that yo man, this is definitely not it, and we want better?
I think it depends. The way Nev just broke that shit down, that shit sounds like it's some core gameplay shit that
Look. My thing is, it's like
the next iteration of the game.
Yeah, like if you don't play Pokemon, even with all these stripped down features, it's still better than 90% of the games that are out there right now. So, so that's why I'm still gonna play. You know, like I don't really care. Because half the people out here be playing trash anyway, so you might as well pick up this.
I relax. I start talking spicy right now, dog. So people crazy.
So it's funny. People in the chat. So Ravenflow said, "Think of it this way, Alex. What if they ruin Counter-Strike? Counter-Strike is bad. Don't play that game."
Wait. I'm nah, Jamie. We can't slide back. We had like almost so much episodes of this guy trying to put us on Counter-Strike. Just for him, just to say Counter-Strike is bad. Don't play Counter-Strike.
He was on Twitter a few weeks ago telling me Counter-Strike is not fun.
It's not fun.
And I said, bro, I'm done talking to you about this because for you to have that many hours in the game and you not have fun with it, I can't comprehend that shit, dog.
I have 887 hours in Counter-Strike Go.
And it's not fun.
It's not a fun game.
That's crazy to me. But for Kofi,
I'm
to
telling
answer
you the truth.
Yeah, I know you are. That's why I know you're crazy.
Yo, Kofi, that's a great segue right there to go right into Death Stranding. No fun, but people can't stop buying it. Oh.
Nah, but real quick though, like I look at a situation like Last of Us not having multiplayer, and that being to me like half of the damn game, or even more of the damn experience for me. But I'm gonna still go and pick it up because.
See what I mean?
It's gonna be a good game.
The Last of Us.
Man, don't remind me, dog.
I'm just saying, like from that perspective, I know it's not the same because you're talking about core gameplay elements where I'm just talking about. But
I bought
for me, that's like an egregious. Right, that's like an egregious fucking thing for them to take that shit out from me.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna still pick it up.
Exactly. When it comes to the animations in Pokemon, I will say this. You guys remember when Mass Effect Andromeda came out? Yeah. And that shit was getting slated on Twitter before it even came out.
Yeah.
I actually played the game. It's a great game. I really liked it.
Bro, I like that game too. That's crazy. I enjoyed the shit out of Mass Effect Andromeda.
If you're seeing these videos of the turnaround animation.
That shit is wild. That shit is wild.
It is wild, but that doesn't disqualify Pokemon from being a good game. Like,
I'm sure it's good, yeah. I'm sure it's good.
Yeah, so I would say, I don't know. Like, I guess maybe I'm trying to talk it up because I dropped, $180 on a Steelbook edition, so I don't want shit to be bad. But
if you could have bought 3 different games.
But you're right, Alex. I could have bought 3 versions of shit the quality of The Last of Us. So am I really getting my value?
You could have bought.
This is your last invite to the podcast. So enjoy it while you're here, bro.
3 times.
Listen to it right now.
Nev, you could have got Stadia Founders Edition and the Stadia. You could have got Pokemon and Stadia.
Man, listen. I'm in the subway half the day. I can't even play Stadia if I want to.
You heard about Stadia Founders Edition?
So, all right. So to wrap it up,
I'm just doing easy math, Alex. That's all it is, right?
To wrap it up, despite Pokemon having all these issues, it's still a cop. Pretty much.
Facts. Sabo gang.
Wait, which one is Sabo? That's the water one?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck out of here.
Played Pokemon in years.
Listen, if you are not part of Grookey Gang,
facts. Talk to him.
Talk to him. Grook Gang.
Hey man, if you've been picking grass types since day one, we don't want you.
No, facts. This is gonna be my first grass type.
People that use grass types don't deserve rights. Facts.
What?
If you pick a grass type starter, you don't deserve rights.
You're just mad because we had a harder stuff than you, and we still came longer than you.
If you pick Sabo, that's because you're depressed.
Wait, pause. Wait, hold up.
What was the grass type in
there is that
type in gold and silver.
Chikorita.
Yeah, I fucked with Chikorita. I
three starters in that game.
They made all the way.
I didn't pick Chikorita, but I fucked with that. I was Cyndaquil all day.
If you pick a fire starter in a Pokemon game, you are basic as fuck. You're the most.
You're only saying that because of Charmander.
I
just basic as fuck.
If you keep going, no, it's not basic.
All right, let's move on. I guess we could wrap up the Pokemon discussion there. Let's get some updates on Death Stranding, man. Let's get
Fire.
some updates.
Oh man.
And I want to start. I don't want to start with Alex. No, I want to start with Mooch. Actually, I want to start with our guest. So Mooch, you've been playing Death Stranding.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Absolutely not.
Give us your thoughts of it.
I'll be honest with you. So I walked into it and I was like, I didn't realize what kind of game I was getting into, right? I mean, people are like, Mooch, how can you get into this? I said, listen, I'm at a point right now, and this is a perfect panel right now. This is an absolute perfect panel. Getting to hang out with you guys, getting to know the history, how long you guys been gaming, right? A long time. This is something for me personally, I got to say, I was intrigued by this from day one. You know why? It's not like Mass Effect. It's not like Borderlands, okay? It's not like Halo. It's not like fill in the blank. It's not like anything, okay? That's something, when you've been gaming as long as all of us have been gaming, you only get a game like this once a generation if you're lucky.
Maybe.
Damn,
okay? Maybe.
Yo, Mooch preaching facts right now.
Yo,
we got a spot on. We got a spot on the podcast, by the way, man. Yeah, we might have to have this guy on right now. Hold up.
I'm enjoying this show, man, and I got to be honest with you. You got a great chat. You got a great panel. But I got to tell you, like, so I'm playing the game, and tell me if you guys felt the same way. The absolute minute I got done playing the game, right? Because I had to. I was streaming it for 4 hours. I had to go to work. Right? I wake up and I'm like, I want to call into work. I want to go back and play this game. And people go, Mooch, what is it about it? I said, listen, and I said this to you guys a little bit before the show, is that this game, it punishes you in the worst possible way. You can't even have your character walk straight for 5 hours, okay? Till you get the exo legs. But hear me out, right? But my point being is that this game is doing something to you where we all agree the shooting mechanic, it's not all there.
Yeah,
okay,
shooting
that's
trash
not what. Right? But you're not exactly. If you're playing this game for the shooting mechanic,
you wrong.
Stop playing the game. Okay, so you got that. Then you've got the amazing. Listen, who says shit like I'm about to say right now? I never say this. The music,
Fire.
The music is unbelievable. When you're walking and it kicks on, you feel different. And I'm gonna say one more thing. All right, I'm gonna say one more thing, Kofi. And you guys know what I'm talking about if you played the game.
I like this guy.
When you get back to your room, right, and you go down there and you get done after you just got done dropping off 3 or 4 different, right? Everybody's making fun of it, packages from A to B, okay? Especially the first 10 hours of the game. When Norman Reedus, Sam Porter Bridges, lays down and he's like, ugh, so do you. You make the same damn noise. You're like, thank God we're home.
Yo, this guy's lit, bro. Hold up.
What game makes you feel that tired?
Mooch, you are literally exhausted playing this game.
Yes!
Facts. You were as mentally exhausted as the characters physically
when people
exhausted.
say it's not fun, it's because it's not fun. It's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
It is physically.
See, this is where I'm gonna step and freeze. I actually think the game has a whole bunch of fun moments, in the game, especially when you encounter the BTs. I think that every time you encounter, I think that's very fun actually. Avoiding them and stuff like that. I think that gameplay segment is fun. Like I said, I don't know if I said it, but the combat in this game is trash. Like I've done a couple of boss fights in the game now. The combat is definitely not the highlight about the game, but it's just something. Of course, with the highlights, but it's just something about delivering these packages. It's just it's a weird gameplay loop, but it's very satisfying and addicting, bro. It's weird though. It's weird.
I think what I like about it is that it takes something that we've been taking for granted, and since we all started playing video games, the traversal, and it makes you have to stay locked in with every step. And so when you go, because you know how there are a bunch of environments where the ground is uneven, right?
Yeah.
You can't just turn your brain off and walk to point A.
Nope.
The very act.
You got to be sharp at every corner, every minute, thinking about where you got to go.
When I first started streaming the game, I literally died in the first 3 seconds because I'm like, oh, it's gonna be good, and I walked off a fucking cliff, and I walked into the wrong fucking situation right here. But I'm just telling y'all, Like people are like, "Oh, the game's not fun. It's not fun." Well, no, it's not supposed to be fun. It's an exhausting fucking game. Like when I was done streaming it for 2.5 hours each time I played it, I'm like, "Yo, I'm tired."
I know. Yo, J man, I know this is on spooky to me too. That not fun shit is I don't know about that non-fun shit though.
The game forces you to be locked in at all times. Even when you're doing the most monotonous things in the middle of a boss fight, you have to be locked in. That's what I like about it. The best part of the game for me personally is that the social aspect, the fact that people from other games, they build something, you can complete it, you could start building something.
Yo, the signs and everything, the signs.
Yeah, but hear me out.
Do it, keep going. Like, it's
have you ever played a single player game that is so dependent on just yourself, but at the same time you feel the community everywhere? Right?
Kojima was not lying when he said this is a new genre.
So you're all by yourself. There's nobody literally there to help you, but they're there helping you, right? Yeah. And it's crazy shit. Like I've never experienced a game like this ever before, ever. And that's part of it. You put and then you know what? Listen, we talk about the gameplay, we talk about the exhaustion, we talk about this, right? And if you're listening to this show, people are like, what's wrong with these guys? Where's coming up, right?
I'm thinking that.
Yo, J-Man's face right now is crazy.
You got the cutscene,
right,
Yo, we went to fucking church. We paid our tithing.
Crazy. Y'all telling me the game is exhausted. It's not fun.
It's
a chore.
Hey, J-Man, I never said it. I never said that.
No,
I never said that.
I'm just saying, I had to take a Monster Energy.
Literally, you need to play this game. So the thing is, like
I'm playing
you go
this shit
there
right after the podcast. This is ridiculous.
This game is not like some bullshit cookie cutter shit that you play. Like, and you're like, I'm gonna have a fun time. This shit hits different, bro. Like, I cannot sit here. I can't recommend this game to everybody. I can't, because there are gonna be people that would be like, yo, this is not gonna hit me. But yo, when you playing this game, and Mooch, tell me when you first started walking down that path and that music fucking cut in from low roar.
Yes.
Oh my God, dude.
Yes. You know what I did? I almost put my controller down and lit a candle. I gotta be honest with you. That shit was crazy. Like, you don't understand. It hits you in that feels where people don't understand. It's unbelievable.
And then when you see BB and BB's like,
right.
Hey, come on, where you at? What are you doing?
This is beautiful, man. This is beautiful.
I love my BB more than I love myself. To be
Jay, let me.
Yeah.
Kofi, let me explain to Jay real quick. So, Jay, when you're walking, right, and you got to hold those packages, right, especially early on in the game, you got to hold L2, R2 down.
To balance. Right?
Look at Alex.
Don't you fuck BB up, because BB. I love BB like I love my son. BB is my son in the video game.
I heard the music. No, I heard some of the music though. I was in somebody's stream. I think Erica. I was in her stream. That music was nice. That music was nice. I was like, God damn, this shit is fire.
But we don't, and look at Kofi. You can go through this whole segment, and we're gonna leave something out that's crazy. You got unbelievable Hollywood acting. The cutscenes are quality, right? So people keep complaining all the time about the whole like, oh, I gotta sit through. Listen, if you gotta sit through some shit, that sucks. You're sitting through and watching some good shit. Right? Some good shit. Like crazy. Like shit. It's Hollywood acting, it's top-notch music. That's just and to me personally, if you said to me, is that how you're selling it, Mooch? That's not how I'm selling it. That's the last thing I'm gonna talk about, and that's damn good. So it's like it's crazy. But Jay, when we talk about exhaustion, like you gotta understand, it's about like so when you fight the BTs, right? You have to hold R1 in to hold your breath. Right early on, So you got to crouch. So you got all these packages on, and when you're walking around this uneven terrain, you've got to be able to hold L2 and R2 so that you can move around slowly, hold your breath. Then you're also scanning, so you got to tap R1. I'm telling you, there's all these mechanics.
It's
your
intense.
Hands never stop moving. It's intense. And your shoulders are up by your ears the whole time. You're all crouched up, right? Yeah, just like Alex was like right there. That's how I'm sitting here right now, right? So when you get done doing the package, it's not just like you completed the mission and it's like Mario, you jumped up, hit the flag, and got the star. F that, right? This is about when you get to the end, you're like, yo, I did it.
Yeah,
It's
I will say
like
making the
solves a very
journey,
difficult puzzle.
making
the
like
thing.
the journey, the travel is the challenge
Yes.
of the game, and it's very rewarding at the end. That's what I'm saying. It's very rewarding. At the
Y'all
end.
sound
I
like
mean,
y'all never
here's-
played a game on a hard difficulty.
No, but
No,
I'm
it's
playing
different.
Death
Hard.
Stranding.
It's different.
I'm
I
playing
play everything
Death
on hard.
Stranding
This is
hard. I play
different.
Death
This
Stranding
is
on hard,
different.
bro.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
the
that
thing
Death
is-
Stranding is hard. It just keeps you engaged so much that your
Yes, and
gameplay is 100% of this game. Like there are
All right, think
think-
about it. A lot of times when we're playing first-person shooters and things like that, right? Or you're even playing third-person cover shooters, right? What does hard really do? It's more hit on the enemy and less hits available on you. That's what that is, right?
I mean, that's arbitrary difficult.
Right. But I'm saying this is a new type of difficult. It is. It's crazy.
is-
It's balanced.
The thing is,
It's
this
a new genre.
So
What was
hold
this
on.
energy for Gimme God of War? Like, goddamn.
This difficulty is not based on like is it difficult. This difficulty is a difficulty of focus.
Yes.
How focused
Yes.
are you on this movement? How focused are you on this terrain? How focused are you on making sure you get your stuff where you need to get it to? And so it isn't a difficulty of this is hard. It becomes like I have to pay attention because if I don't pay attention, this shit's gonna rob me. And
Yep.
so the game isn't hard, right? The game is
Right.
just so when people say it's not fun. It's not fun because it's this consistent draining of you trying to pay attention consistently. And like stuff like when they talk about handcuffs are literally this. These are your fucking handcuffs. You're
Look-
fucking handcuffed.
Look at Alex with all the metaphors in Death Stranding trying to
And, like,
figure out.
I
I like that. I like that.
And
Yeah, I like that message.
Like
behind it.
everything about that game, like it puts you in a situation that is uncomfortable, right? Where you're not where you're not trying to just go through the motions. You're literally trying to figure out exactly what to do at that moment. And I'm only 5 hours in. Now, I do have some problems with
you
this
early.
game.
Me too.
I do have some problems with this game. One of the biggest problems is the menu. And
Yep.
and the
Yes.
UI. It's not very well done. It doesn't give you a good conveyance of information. So the UI can be very
It's
difficult
you know what though,
to wrangle.
Alex, and I don't want to interrupt you, but I want you to continue your
No, go
thought.
ahead,
But
go ahead,
my
go ahead.
only thing about it is I agree with you, but I stopped and thought about that from a logistics standpoint, right? And you look at the way that they actually developed that menu system. The only thing that I don't like about it is the unbelievable amount of redundancy, right? The confirming.
Yeah.
If I clicked on it, I confirmed it. Why do I gotta click on it and scroll down and confirm it again? I got you.
here's-
But
Remind you,
basically,
you guys all play, or for the people who played Metal Gear Solid 5,
Yeah.
you know the iDroid menu, right?
Yes.
The Death Stranding menu is like the iDroid menu.
Very
with
similar.
More sub menus, basically. It's
Yeah.
just too cluttered.
The biggest problem with Death Stranding's menu though is my difference holding and tapping. It's not clear what I
Like the
should
hold and
tap,
tap, right?
what I
And
should
hold.
hold.
Yeah.
And so that becomes annoying.
So-
Right?
Check
But like
real quick.
go ahead.
How many hours do each of y'all have in the game?
So I have 5.
I have 35.
20.
I'm about I'm 20.
20 some hours. in.
Okay, because
About 20
We're
hours
at
now.
5 this weekend.
Because my man H Dog hit about 45 and said he had to drop the game because it just got.
He's almost done.
If
He's almost
H-Dog
done.
played
Had to drop
45
the game.
hours. Well, no, it depends on what he was
It,
doing.
Well,
it depends
you
what
can-
he was doing in the game.
You
Some
can
people
get yeah.
Yeah.
Because if he was just building roads, you could accrue that amount of hours.
Yeah,
I could
or
see that.
or you're just delivering lost cargo.
Did you?
and
So
just wasting
here's
time
my
doing
thing,
that.
Hardhead.
I mean,
Did
there's
you-
some reviewers that took 70 hours to beat the game the way
So
they was.
Hardhead, did
That's
you
crazy.
did you like in Dark Souls when you had the ability to work with other people and summon?
like leaving notes and stuff like that.
Did you like that?
Yeah, it was.
That
it
is
was
literally
funny.
Death
It was
Stranding.
funny too.
Yeah.
So
that's a
so
good
so that is
example.
literally Death Stranding
Like
because
you
what
could
you're doing
you
is
could bait people into doing stuff they shouldn't be doing.
absolutely
You're
can
hard.
bait
You can leave a ladder that I would see, and I would climb it to nowhere.
to nowhere.
That's the
So-
big
Because I'm
thing.
like, yo, my man Hard, hook me up.
I
There's-
follow the
so,
sign
so,
and
so
stuff.
think of it this way,
He
right?
does what-
There are people that are like, you could drive your truck. There's trucks that you can drive in the game too.
Yeah.
And so you can drive your truck, and then your truck has energy, and so people will set up energy deposits for your truck.
Yeah,
Batteries.
Yeah,
Most-
yeah.
Like the most
Yeah.
thrilling moment is when you're about to run out of energy, and you hit a generator that somebody laid down.
yeah.
at
So
that
nice.
very-
Yeah, the online component
run out.
fire. I like that
It's-
online
it's-
shit.
I heard
the
positive
online
stuff about
component
that.
Is so
Yeah,
incredible
the
in
online
this game.
component is fire. It is.
It's there's so many fingerprints of MGS5 in this game, right?
Yeah.
MGS5 wasn't perfect, but there's so
was.
much of the good stuff of MGS5 in this. But the problem though is I can't recommend this game to everyone. I just can't.
No.
I can't be like, everybody play this game.
Yeah.
I think
If
everybody
you need a
should.
game to be great immediately, don't buy this game.
Don't buy this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's
I think-
exactly what I told somebody.
That's
I
a
said,
good
you gotta play this.
definition, bro. That's a good.
People hate
definition.
hearing this term, right? But you've got to play this game for. I almost want to say just past where Alex, you have an appreciation for it early, like I did. But I would say you have to be 5-8 hours in before you
Yeah.
truly love
Yeah.
this game.
Yeah.
I was sitting there like
That's what's
8
keeping me away
hours
from
in. I
it.
was like, yo, I paid full price for this.
Yeah, but
Here's
if
the
you really think about it, even J-Main, even I was hooked on the story early on. It didn't really pick up
Those-
until
so
later.
that's
in
what I
Persona,
think can
in
keep
Persona
me,
2,
keep me
right?
going. Yeah,
In,
that's
in,
Persona
in those
2.
5 to 8 hours, you're gonna get so many story beats that are just gonna be like.
No,
what
but
the
honestly,
fuck?
enjoy that though, because
Yeah.
as you play, it gets easier, bro. Like the traveling, as soon as you get the suits and stuff like that, the
Yeah.
power suit to carry more weight, the speed one that lets you run fast, so you can start running past BTs a little bit.
Yeah.
The actual moments when you don't have much is actually when the game is most beautiful. And now I actually appreciate it too, because it's a lot more challenging. It's actually
Go ahead.
Can I take a moment to slander the god though?
Go ahead.
I feel like I know this is gonna be blasphemous, but I feel like one thing I will say, they failed with the marketing of this game.
True.
Because what they showed us and told us we'd be doing, you know, in all the lead up, I don't feel like it's the game I'm playing now. So I kind of understand why people
Yeah.
don't want to give it.
I understand that too, Nev. You make a
Agreed.
good
Okay.
point, bro.
And,
I agree with you.
Because I just I'm playing the game and I'm like, why the hell did they spend 40-minute stream showing us all this nonsense? Like, you know how they showed the boss fight
Yeah.
and all they had
Yeah.
was the grenades.
Mhm.
If that's all you saw from the game, I wouldn't recommend it either. I mean, I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
I bought the game off the strength of Kojima's name, and when I actually got to the combat point, I was like, okay, they should show this and
Praise
allow
be.
people to, actually see something that they would want to play. The
Yeah.
social aspect, the fact that I had no idea how it would play in the game, is the biggest failure, because I feel like people would have loved it so much more.
It's
knowing
because
that
he
they
thought
would-
in anything he showed
Yeah,
you was spoilers.
he was
even
being
though
way
that ain't
too
the case.
abstract with the
It's-
marketing
and,
of
and
the
not
game.
only that, but like the thing is, I think the marketing it's typical Kojima, because even in MGS5,
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
Mask, he made the Moby Dick fucking studio. He did all this shit, like he did all this stuff to like fucking troll you, and then he turns around and then he trolls everybody again, and he's just like, he's literally, Kojima does what he does. He's going to fucking give you this over here, and then he's gonna turn around and be like, nah, bitch, it's this, surprise, haha. But that's what he's always been done. Like, that's why I love him
That's
so
why
much.
I
because
don't really
he's so
buy his
out
explanation
there.
as to why the game didn't do so well in the States. I just feel like had he showed the game in a better way, and
Here's
year
my
that we've known
opinion
about it,
about
it'd
why
be
the game
better.
didn't do good in the States.
Review wise,
because-
right?
Review wise,
Yeah,
I think
review-wise, yeah.
review wise, the game didn't do well in the States because of its political leanings. 100%. Because when you look at,
I don't know. I haven't played it, so I don't.
I mean,
when
the
you
game
look
is
at-
really like nail on the head.
it's
when
very
like, the
simple,
country being
because
divided.
when you look at who the homo demons actually are, that's Antifa, without a shadow of a doubt. That's his analogy for Antifa. The fact that he wears a Bridges hat that is similar to a MAGA hat, the fact that he puts a lot of analogies to the current political climate. A lot of reviewers lean a specific way, and they're going to review it a specific way, and so they're just going to take it that way and decide to not talk about it because they felt uncomfortable. So I think the reason why I didn't review well isn't because of the way the game is. It's because they felt uncomfortable politically about this game and what Kojima was trying to do.
I didn't see that, Alex, but I mean, you make a hell of a case. Myself personally, I think the problem with the whole rating system over here was, I think the same conversation we're having right now on the panel, right? We're having a situation where you got Jay, you got Hard. Did you play it yet?
No.
No.
You
All
should
right.
know.
So-
I'm not spending my hard-earned bone on that game.
Well, and that's fine. That's fine. But that's what I think. I think a lot of people are having a hard time, because if you listen to me or Kofi, Nev, Alex right now trying to preach and sell, let's say we were trying to sell the game. even though I thought we did a hell of a job, I think a lot of people would be like, that was a terrible sales pitch.
Yep.
Right?
True.
I mean, Jay Main right now tell you that's a terrible sales pitch. You know, maybe my New York counterpart, right? He knows what I'm talking about.
They're fucking crazy.
Right? But at the same time, I think this is definitely a hard sell, Alex. I think when you look at this, this game is not legitimately for everybody. So my question for you guys, Kofi, you asked a question, just like, I'm going to ask this random question. My question, when we're talking about rating, right? Should a game be given to somebody at like Kotaku or IGN or whoever, Giant Bomb? Should a game be given to somebody who actually enjoys that genre or enjoys that style of game versus just you're next on the list to review? Because
I have that problem with Dark Souls, right? And that's my problem that I've had with Dark Souls is when I look at Dark Souls, should people who play Dark Souls review that game, who systems and who games about review that game, or should someone who's never played Dark Souls?
Alex, I
think it's good to get from both perspectives. I think it's good to get both perspectives from new players and from veteran players. I think it's actually good to get both.
But Kofi, let me ask you. I'm going to bring it. This is great because we're going to bring this whole podcast full circle, right? So I'll go back to Nev. When I asked Nev to give me his 2 cents on being what I would call, a Pokemon expert, he's played enough of the games. I want Nev to review Sword and Shield. You don't want me to review Sword and Shield. I never touched it.
But take it in. Your point of view will matter to some as someone who has never played that series before. So it's not a bad point of view. That's true. That's the thing about reviews. Was different point of views of shit. You know what I mean? That's why we have to look at it as a collective together and make up your mind.
There's also the issue where some of the people who actually have experience with the games aren't even honest in their reviews.
So
like especially with Pokemon, I saw that a lot.
Like the IGN review for Pokemon was done by Casey DeFreitas. Now there are 2 game series that she's gonna gas up regardless. It's Pokemon and Monster Hunter. She loves them to death, right? Yeah. So
they killed her review.
They killed her with those reviews. That comment section is hilarious, but
it's her fault though.
Yeah, but like Hard had said, she did not acknowledge a lot of the issues. I think someone counted. She gave 11 seconds worth of airtime to the multitude of issues people have with that game. It's obviously disingenuous and therefore, deserving of the criticism that she got. But I guess that's why we have like aggregators, right? That's why we have our Metacritics for to weed out.
That's what I'm saying. That's why it's
bias,
good,
right?
That's why it's good.
When you have somebody, and Kofi, you made a hell of a point because there's a consumer on both sides of the coin. So you're right. There's definitely a consumer I want to hear. But myself personally, coming from somebody that look, and I'm going to speak for everyone on the panel. I'm going to speak for everybody in the chat because everybody that's on this channel right now is a hardcore gamer. Let's just be honest, okay? When it comes down to it, I want to hear Nev when it comes to Pokemon. I want to hear Alex when it comes to Counter-Strike. I want to hear J Main when he gets to his favorite game. Because my point is this: these are the guys that are going to be able to put me in a place to say, I don't know this game. If this person who's dedicated 10 years plus of their life to that type of game or that genre and they're not feeling it, this game might not be the game for me to jump into. This might be a mistake or an uh-oh or an oops in that genre. So, but you're right though, Kofi. I'm not by no means talking you out of your point. Your point makes a lot of sense. But I'm just saying when it comes to, I'll give you an example. So Giant Bomb gave it a 4 out of 10, right?
2 out of 5.
Okay,
oh, really?
Right. Right.
Yeah, 2 out of 5.
Okay.
But that review was from Alex Navarro, and all he did was talk about Kojima the whole fucking time. He didn't talk about the game.
That's why you don't go based off one review. I'd be
no, absolutely.
Definitely never go based off one
Giant
review,
Bomb. If we go back to Giant Bomb, it was the same thing. And guys, this is years ago, so don't quote me. But it was around 2 out of 5 that the gentleman from Giant Bomb gave Quantum Break. Right? He gave that. Now, hear me out. Feelings on that game aside.
Quantum Break?
Feelings on that game aside. He's on record as saying, I don't like third-person cover shooters. Well, my friend, you're reviewing the wrong game.
I kind of agree with that.
I feel like sometimes the publishers will try to put those people in a game and keep throwing that type of genre at them until they find a game that they like.
That's the thing, Hard, but that's
stupid logic.
Yes, that does not make any sense, and that gives the reader a wrong impression on the game.
But I think the real issue lies within the publisher of these articles. They need someone proofreading these reviews to see if they even make sense. If this is something that you should actually be putting out to represent your website, because I don't think they're getting reviewed. The good ones and the bad ones. You can't. All these games getting 10s thrown at them like it's nothing. All these games getting 2s and 4s thrown at them like it's nothing, and that's because the publications are not going through these goddamn reviews.
But then can I also point another question to you? Do you like? I personally feel that the current rating system is fucking bad.
It is.
Yeah. I don't even like scores.
Like scores in general are fucking bad.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah,
it takes the whole damn review and it
boils it down to like something like to a number, and like you can't do it, right? If I give you like a 1,500 word essay on why Death Stranding is the way it is, and then I say 8 out of 10, you're gonna be like 8 out of 10.
What?
Because a lot of the times, like you'll see something like that, and then they'll be, oh, that review read like a 4 out of 10. It read like a 9 out of 10. But it's like, did you like really just take in everything that they said, or are you just looking at the score now and saying, no, that doesn't make sense? It's like,
correct.
You know,
that's the reason it don't make sense. These people will throw 20 different negatives at you and then throw a 10 at this game. Like, what?
Yeah, I mean,
they just don't be making sense.
Perfect example
or let's just say, if you like this mechanic, and this mechanic, then get this game. If you don't like this mechanic, and this mechanic,
that's what Game Ranks does. That's why I like Game Ranks.
See, that's why when I have done reviews on YouTube, I've never gave it scores, because that just people just take the scores and run.
If you look at IGN's review of God of War 3, they lambast that game throughout the entire review, and then they're like 9.3. And it's like, what?
Well, they got the score right.
How'd you get that math right?
they got the score right, but they got the reviewer fucking wrong, because that's the best fucking game.
Who reviewed that?
This is another thing, because I saw this earlier, and it was a lot of journalists that was tweeting it, and they were saying that they feel like a lot of the reasons that these games are getting 9s and 10s when even they don't seem like they deserve it when you read the reviews is because these reviewers are afraid of the fans, not the corporations. They're not afraid to get blacklisted.
You get attacked, yo. Nowadays,
blacklisted by Nintendo. They afraid of the people that's gonna come at them on Twitter,
on social media and stuff like that.
I think it's a combination of both. I feel like
they say they don't care. You know why? Saying we don't care about getting blacklisted by these damn companies.
Oh, I think they care, because look, even at Pokemon, apparently they sent a certain amount of reviews even out to specific reviewers. That's why if you look at the Metacritic, it's not even a lot of reviewers, because most people didn't get sent the game. I think it's a little bit of both, because the fans now, with the era of social media, how people can just find a reviewer just like that, find his ad, tag him, send him all sorts of crazy ass messages. That kind of, especially when they know a game has like a crazy cult following, like example, Pokemon game, a Kojima game, maybe even a Naughty Dog game. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like they know that these fans are like crazy, so that might alter their review in some form or fashion as well. Also, like I said, you never look. We've seen this all the time, even with like Bethesda. I think even with Bethesda at one point, how what was the company that they said they're not sending review copies to?
That was
recently too. Was it
community too.
They said they're not gonna send review copies because of like the bad.
I don't think Doom 2016 had review
copies. Wasn't that Kotaku?
I feel like some company came out and said that.
Jason Schreier. Yeah, that's Kotaku.
Yeah, that's who it was. It was Jason Schreier.
But
that's what I thought. Anyway.
The publisher that said they're not sending out review copies, right?
Yeah. He said we blacklisted, so we can't get review copies. Yeah. So it'll be a while before we get.
But no, I don't think Bethesda was sending out copies of their game early at all for like a certain point.
So Bethesda was sending copies of their game early to the influencers that they've approved. So YouTubers, streamers, they'll go ahead and they'll send those copies first because they're positive. Bethesda.
They're positive, right.
So they won't send them to Kotaku because Fallout 4, basically.
That's a common practice nowadays too, and that's not good either. Other games that did it: Borderlands 3, Jedi Fallen Order, Pokemon. We just talked about Pokemon. All these games are doing that exact same practice.
Yep.
They're trying to control the message as much as possible. Controlling the message is all. Publishers.
That's what they if we're keeping it real, that's what they did with Metal Gear Solid 5, bro. They flew people
that was
out.
a whole concentration camp.
They flew people out.
With that one.
Yeah, they flew people out, and they really,
they should.
you know,
so I don't think
micromanage them when they review that.
I think MGS5 has a lot of problems, and some of the problems that I have with MGS5 are the online component, the transaction component, the side mission component. I do think that a lot of the like repeatable missions that you have to do again blown. They should have been side missions on the other side. I think side missions should have been main missions. I think that was confused. And people were like, "Oh, it's not even complete." Well, it honestly is complete. Kojima was just trying to add that extra layer of adoy. Here's the final bow on the package. But when you look at the game, if you've played the whole series, you'll know that the game is literally complete. But
it's all right, Alex. Let them sleep.
Let them sleep. Let them sleep. But the thing is, like, MGS5 had so many other issues in that I was just really concerned with when I played it, and I was just like, it's not a perfect game. There's a lot of great things in it, but you can see those fingerprints in Death Stranding. Whether or not people will want to accept that at that level and say like, well, it's not fun. Why should I play it? And yeah, the meme of Reggie saying, well, if it's not fun, the game, because you can come to games for different things. You know, it doesn't always. I mean, if we're gonna keep the same energy, Neil Druckmann said Last of Us 2 is not going to either.
My God,
cancel.
You know what? Alex? Hold on.
And I killed them for that, so I'm gonna.
You know what, Alex? The thing about that is,
Neil Druckmann said this is not going to be a.
And I think about that, Alex, is that when Neil Druckmann
but all those statements about Death Stranding not being fun wasn't enough to stop you, was it, Alex?
Hey, listen, but
the thing is, I think
it's never going to be fun.
When Neil Druckmann says that The Last of Us isn't going to be fun, I believe him because it's garbage.
Oh shit!
See?
Oh no!
Oh
Man,
spicy tonight, man. I didn't know you had
fucking trash.
Nev had this in you.
Fucking
man,
garbage.
Jack move ain't here.
This man bought the $180 edition.
Jack
talking crazy.
Jack
can't say nothing to me.
Jack gonna come back and slander you, bro.
Listen, me and Nev, we're like this now, boy. We like
Yo, I'll tell you. We're about to wrap up this entire
tail up your ass.
Yo, we're about to wrap up this generation, and I gotta tell you, I can't wait for The Last of Us 2. Like, I am holding my breath for that game. I can't wait.
Naughty Dog hiring for online programming and shit. We know what time it is. Let's go.
Dog, that's something separate. I don't think they're gonna include anything to do with The Last of Us 2, bro. I think it's their own standalone thing. It's coming.
Me either.
I think
just the fact that
Jay,
the gears are.
Jay, that's looking like. That multiplayer is looking like it's going to be a part of a PS5 launch.
I think
if they charge me for it, they're going to get it again.
They're going to charge us all $40 easy.
But you know what? I'll be fine with that because I feel like if they do that, maybe we'll actually see some updates post-launch for once. Because they updated Last of Us
Naughty Dog
5 times since the game launched.
They don't give a fuck about their multiplayer, as you can see.
What if the multiplayer Last of Us comes to PC?
I'll be okay with that.
I mean, I'm fine with that.
That's all right.
I'm not scared to play you motherfuckers with my controller. I'm already whooping your
You're
ass
already
in
doing
Call of
it.
Duty.
Who's already on PS4 with that what's
hard.
that shit called with the X the damn mouse and keyboard input shit.
The little thing you hook up to the PlayStation just to get your mouse and keyboard. Yeah,
people are using that shit. That's been exposed already.
I forgot what that thing called. Somebody was just talking about that the other day.
Yeah.
All right, so let me read some super chats real quick. We're probably gonna wrap up the podcast soon. It's about to be 2 hours, so we're gonna wrap up.
Oh shit, damn.
Yeah,
we
good.
Yeah, man.
It was great topics, man. Great topics. This one's from Shogun Blade Z says, "What the fuck? You got a celebrity mooch on somehow? Come on, you know the mooch rock. You know
Man,
mooch
what
is
the hell is he?
You're a mooch celebrity out here, mooch.
Shout out to Shogun, right?
Yeah. But we definitely appreciate him coming
Thanks,
through and
Alex. I
rocking us with
appreciate
us.
that. I'll let the family know.
Yeah, let the family know. Hey, I'm popular on the internet,
Right? Listen to what the guy said to me on Press Start.
The Ravenflow says, "Sup? Is anyone worried about EA review embargo for Star Wars?" No, I'm actually not.
That shit is like literally an hour before the game comes.
I literally think everybody's sleeping on this game.
I think it's
sleeping.
I've been saying that for weeks now. I think the game's gonna be good. I think.
This is gonna be music. This is gonna be music to Alex's ears. If I'm playing that game, I'm probably just gonna spend $15 get Origin for a month, and play it on
That's
PC.
what I'm doing
exactly
too.
what I'm
That's
doing.
That's
That's
what I'm
exactly
doing.
what I'm doing.
That's
Y'all
what we're all doing.
already missed the finesse. You were supposed to get $15 in October. They give you an extra free month of Origin Access Premiere, and we just got a free month from Discord from Game Pass
of Discord
one
Nitro.
extra month. So I got 3 months for $15.
It's not gonna take that long.
And if you buy a game
No.
on the Epic Store, please use code HardHead7WD.
Let them know. Let them know. Don't see myself buying anything from the Epic Store in the near future, but if I do, I got you, dog.
Oh man.
What else
man,
we got?
Y'all know what Abide Red did, and they got something else coming
On
out.
Steam.
Death Stranding.
Yes.
Oh, Death Stranding is coming out on
Make sure y'all
Steam
get that
and
on
Epic
Steam.
Games the same day.
Yeah.
I was shocked to see that. I'm not even going front. I thought Epic Games was going to drop the bag on Kojima. You know,
I wish they did, to be honest. That would have been hilarious.
I don't think they got enough
Kojima.
money for that.
Yo, I swear to God, I thought that was going to be Epic exclusive for like.
Yeah, I
a
thought
year.
that too. I thought it was.
I really thought
Alex was quick to post up his pre-order on Steam.
Oh hell yeah!
You slut. This dude, no pre-order games, not this one.
Alex done pre-ordered like 3 games this week. Fuck
I know,
off.
I've been seeing
Yeah,
him.
he created Halo,
Never forget, don't buy day one.
Death
Cyberpunk,
Stranding,
and Death Stranding.
Halo, Death Stranding, Cyberpunk. Look, that's not a bad trio right there. That's not.
No,
a bad
that's-
But
trio.
Alex,
That's
we
good.
don't pre-order games, sir.
You're breaking your own
Listen.
code though. That's the problem. You're
Yeah,
breaking
First
your
of all,
code,
first
bro.
of all, CDPR. That's number one.
Oh my
Kojima
god.
number 2.
Oh my god.
Halo number 3, baby. Top 3 masterpieces. You
no
can't get mad.
pre-orders, Alex. There's no
Masterpiece.
Don't buy day one.
Masterpieces.
We
Wait,
don't.
All right,
Death
so this
Stranding
one,
has-
this
Death
one's
Stranding
from
has a walking
Cody
simulator
Bama. He says, hoping Xbox Scarlet launches with Halo and Fable. I think Halo's pretty much confirmed. They keep on saying it unless it ends up getting delayed, but I'm pretty sure you can expect Halo at the launch of Scarlet. So
Y'all really gonna hype up this Halo game?
I'm not hyped because 343 they're on thin ice with me personally. So I'm on my wait and see shit. I can't get down with it until I see it's the truth because
That's the truth.
Halo
because
5,
the Game
man.
Pass budget.
Halo 5, wow, that was disappointing. Halo 4, the campaign was solid, but the multiplayer, Jesus. You know what I mean? So we'll see what they do. We'll see what
Forza is really the only pillar left standing, dog.
Forza's been quality. Facts. Except for the motorsports have been rocky a little. Motorsports has definitely been rocky the last couple of games, but Horizon's been heat.
I don't even fuck with motorsport, but Horizon is heat.
Forza is the one,
pillar.
like the one franchise that I wish wasn't an exclusive.
Yeah, Horizon
It's
is
on
heat.
PC, so you got it there.
I want to play this with my
Right.
PlayStation.
Yo,
partners.
Nev wants it on Switch. That's what he wants it on.
You not lying.
Yeah.
This one's from Unforgiven. He says, "Welcome to Off the Record." I think when we're talking about that freaky shit.
The pillow. Yeah.
Flaffy says, "Y'all seen the video how Alex, aka Big Nose pre-workout snorting Johnny Bravo, retired having ass Jewess look alike Florida man, explained what fun is to The Last of Us, Part 2."
It
show,
sounds
guys.
like it sounds to me like you just. How much did he give us? $10.
I think he did. Yo, shout out to Flaffy, man.
That was a
Yo,
$10 donation.
shout out to you for giving me $10 so you could have your 5 seconds of internet fame. I appreciate.
Hey, he's
you
the
being
man.
a
Don't
cuck.
be disrespecting Flaffy.
No, hold on. I appreciate you being a cuck and hope quality money, you dumb bitch.
Oh my god. Here we go again, yo.
Fucking stupid. I'm gonna give you fucking money and
Flaffy,
insult you on the
alright,
internet because I'm gonna fucking do it.
Flaffy,
Okay,
we love
okay.
you. We love you, Flaffy,
You know
bro.
what? You know what? You pay pig. You pay me, you stupid pay pig.
Oh
That's
my
right. Oink oink,
God.
motherfucker. Pay me.
Okay, boo.
Okay, that one left. The Ravenflow says, despite the
Come to my stream tomorrow night. I'm streaming. Pay me up.
Oh man.
the
Him and Amazon
Ravenflow
wish
says, despite the decisiveness,
Decisiveness.
this nicest.
Divisiveness?
See,
No,
this is
I have a
Decisiveness.
tongue twister. I have a tongue
man.
twister for me. bro.
Decisiveness.
No, it's just a
Div-
tongue twister for
divisiveness.
me, bro.
Decisiveness? I
Or
can say
divisive.
decisiveness.
Bro, I can't even say
pronounce the word.
I can't even say certain words properly because it's a tongue twister.
You're trying to
for
say
me, bro.
minute?
No, I'm not even gonna attempt it because y'all gonna laugh at me. The Death Stranding fit Sony's main objective of being an engaging experience. Can I finish? Engaging experience.
Say element OP. No, let me just. I'm playing.
Hooking on phonics, working for me.
Answer its question. Did Death Stranding fit Sony's main objective of being an engaging experience?
Hell yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say yeah too.
You have it.
Sony need to throw Kojima the bag.
Not according to Omega Zio.
Oh.
Yeah, that guy's really funny. Yo, shout out to him, bro. That guy's really funny, man.
He's got me blocked on Twitter.
That guy's really funny. I like him. I actually do like
That's
him.
my
He's
guy
funny.
right there.
Yo, he's a Sony fan. Bro, like I wish, the love that he shows for Sony is crazy, like its own mother, bro. I love that. He's right there in the chat, yo. Shout out to him. I really fuck with him, bro. I really do, bro.
Death Stranding is not a Sony game.
Talk to him. It's a timed exclusive.
Yo,
Get that
listen,
shit out of here.
it's not a Sony game, but I thought Sony funded the game. Sony gave him the fucking Decima engine.
Who
Sony
said
did
that?
the marketing.
Who said that?
Sony did all this stuff. Sony gave him all this stuff right, and all of a sudden it's not a Sony game.
Multi-plat.
I like
Get it out of
I
here.
fuck
It's a
with him. I fuck with
multi-plat.
him,
You know what's crazy? As
Kojima
much as
tainted
I
the
don't,
philosophy.
as much as I don't give a fuck about Death Stranding, I saw a spoiler today that actually upset me that I saw this spoiler, and I was like, damn, that would have been nice to actually see for the first time. And it has something to do with the Decima engine. That's all I'm gonna say. Some of y'all that haven't played the game might know what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I was like, damn, that's
Damn
fucking
shame.
dope.
On
That's
Steam.
a game.
I seen that. That was dope.
Y'all ready to wrap it up? That's pretty much the show for this week.
Shout out to
Our
Mark
podcast.
Wahlberg playing Sully in the Uncharted movie, by the way.
Oh man.
Yeah, that movie's gonna be trash.
Y'all gonna shit on that movie. It's gonna be, but I'm gonna let y'all.
trash.
I mean, let's be honest. It's not going to be the
Wahlberg
first
or
Uncharted.
Yup.
It's gonna be trash.
It's gonna take
It's
place
a
when
mess.
Nate was young, when he was meeting up with Sully, learning the ropes, and that shit's gonna be fire. Watch.
That's good.
What y'all need to go watch is that trash ass Under Brother 2 that just dropped this week.
Nah, I'm trying to watch some Disney Plus, baby.
Yo, I'm
Yeah,
watching.
yeah.
That's where I'm at this
I'm
weekend.
watching old Aqua Teen Hunger Force episodes. If you don't know about
Aqua
shit.
Teen Hunger Force is fire.
you need to get
They don't
yourself a
know-
little. You need to get yourself a little bowl of some green, some Mother Earth. Light that with some fire, inhale it, and watch some
Oh my
Aqua Teen.
God.
Laugh your ass off. I'm saying
Look, if they don't know about Aqua Teen Hunger Force, they just too young.
they're just too young.
That's a fact.
All right, so let's go ahead and do these outros. So, thank you everybody for tuning in to this podcast. Another week, another podcast. I just have a little bit of announcement. In December, we will be taking a 3-week break. So there's
Yes.
gonna be
Damn.
no podcast
No
for 3
podcast.
weeks. People are going to be spending time with their families, for the
Smart.
holidays. So
Yep.
we're taking a 3-week break in December. I believe the dates will be on the 19th. The 19th, is it the
So it's gonna
24th?
be- let me pull up the dates.
the 19th, the
19th.
26th,
And the
19,
second.
and the 2nd.
and the second.
And the 2nd. We're not having any podcast. So y'all gonna have to,
podcast.
find something else to do. Play some games, spend some time with your family or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We're coming back after
So there's
Christmas
a
stuff, so-
hiatus. There's a hiatus from the 12th to the 9th, basically. So
Yeah.
Yes.
12th will be the last episode y'all see for the year, and the 9th will be,
Ninth
the,
will be the
first
first.
episode y'all
So
see
don't
of the
worry,
year.
we're gonna come back in January that episode and give you guys a banger, banger podcast. We promise with that. Also check out our
When is
Patreon
Game of the
as well.
Year?
Huh?
We haven't. Somebody asked when is Game of the Year podcast. We haven't.
Oh, we probably do that on the 9th then.
We'll do that. We'll do that like the last one. Before we
Give
leave.
J-Main some time to actually beat 1 or 2 games.
You heard me? We'll do that on the 9th. Yeah, don't worry about it. Actually, the Game Awards is on the 12th, that last day.
We'll stream that.
Yeah.
So we'll do that as a podcast.
There you go.
Farewell.
Off the-
Yep, it does.
I see
It
someone
just
asking about
popped up
off the
too,
record.
December 12th.
Off the record will be happening next week. Next Tuesday is
Yes.
off the record. That's when we're gonna be doing our next one.
And Jack will be back for that.
Jack will be back for that. Make sure y'all send in the questions if you're part of the Patreon. Make sure y'all check out the Patreons. We appreciate y'all support. Remember, Press Start Podcast is also on iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. Big shout out to Novocaine. He be putting up the episodes over there, so I gotta shout him out every time.
Thank you, Novocaine.
Thank you, Novocaine, for doing that and putting it out on time. That's all his doing. So let's go ahead and do these outros. And I want to start off with our guests once again. Mooch, we really appreciate you coming on the podcast. You're honestly a great guest, great speaker.
Thank you.
I'm glad you came through, man.
Yo, let me tell you something right now. First of all, thanks for the invite, Kofi. Honestly, I had an absolute blast tonight. You not just is the panel amazing. I got to say it again. The chat, man. Your chat's crazy great. Like, unbelievable. Like, they participate, they're in tune, and they're hardcore. Like, you can't ask for any better than that. And I want to say, honestly, I'm going to go ahead and follow everybody on this panel. As soon as we get done with this show, I got to be honest with you. This is fantastic. Yo, we're going to have you guys on Crossfire. I'll do a quick plug real quick.
Yes.
The Mooch78, right? The Mooch78 over on YouTube, also on Twitch. Check it out. I Twitch stream at least 3 times a week, and I'm always doing Crossfire, MNC on Sundays, right? Guys, come over, check it out. Kofi, we got to do this. We got to collaborate more often. The same thing goes with everybody on the panel.
Definitely. I'm always looking for new faces on the podcast,
Yeah,
man.
Mooch.
Introduce me, man. Introduce me to some new people, man. I'm trying to.
You're about to meet a lot of new people, to be real with you. I mean, this is a great way to, we got to cross promote each other. Let people know we all game. We all love this. This is our hobby. It's what we do. You can see the passion on the panel tonight. So, thanks to everybody. Kofi, big shout out to you. And like I said, I'll be in touch with each one of you guys to be on the show.
Yeah, Mooch, if you ever want to co-stream, just let me know, dude.
Will do, Hard. Will do.
And Nev, man, it's
Yo.
always a pleasure, man.
Of course. Thanks a lot for having me. I don't have anything to plug, so I'll just quickly give some shout outs. But I just want to shout out my guys in the chat, H Dog, Salazar, Chris Righteous, Sage J, Eric Empire, Burrow, he's not here.
Basically, just the Press Start Discord.
Yeah. Benji, these are guys who are here every week, and
shout out to them.
Shout out to them, man.
Thank you guys.
True supporters.
And our guests, our panel, J-Main. Sorry.
Damn, I'm a guest now.
I'm sorry if I'm a little out of. It's been a long week for me. Like, I've been working some crazy ass hours, bro. I've been working crazy.
I've been picking up a lot of overtime myself too.
Yeah,
so
because of the weather change too, and I work on the road, right? So it's just been tough, bro. But J-Main, do your outro.
I feel you, dog. But yeah, again, I appreciate Mooch and Nev for pulling up on us today. Definitely a great podcast. The conversation was engaging 100% of the way through. Couldn't ask for anything more from you guys. Appreciate it. Again, a great show. Y'all can follow me on Twitter at jmain518. Make sure y'all hit that like button, share the podcast. I'll let people know what we're doing over here. And we will catch y'all next week, man. Good night.
Peace.
Alex.
Thanks everybody for coming out and watching. Tomorrow channel, Death Stranding. God of War 2018 is on hold. Kojima. We just got to put him on hold. Sorry. So we're going to do more Death Stranding. And then last week in games, as well, Steam recommends will be out next week. It's just been hard with the baby. But more videos are coming as well. So please subscribe and enjoy. And,
our favorite B team member of the Press Start podcast.
Man.
Hey, man, it's better than being, you know what I mean? It's better than none, bro. Our B team, man. Our substitute. Hardhead, man.
I need to see some reparations for what I be putting in for this podcast.
Oh man.
Nah, I need an alligator hot dog or whatever the hell that shit was.
Y'all should be paying for my food. Like,
nah,
fam.
I want it crispy.
You gotta come down to Florida. That's what you need to do.
I actually might take a trip down to Florida. I can know a lot of people.
Take you to a couple bars. Let you know what Florida like.
Alex trying to get me fucked up.
That New York trip finna be lit, bro. That New York.
Bring a passport, Hardhead, because that's whole nother.
It's a whole other country, baby.
Yeah.
Take you to a biker bar. You're gonna walk in, the music stop.
Oh man, what the hell is that doing in here? Goddamn country ass Florida people.
Take you out gator hunting.
Hey, I fuck with some gator. Man, y'all need to put yourselves up on some gator. But look, Hardhead 7WD, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch.tv. That's where you can find me, aka Goofy, baby. And we
All right, guys, that's it for the episode this week, man. Your boy's tired. I'm about to go put my head down somewhere. I hope everybody has a great night, and we'll see you guys later.
GG.
Peace.